latest rumor says that in Avengers Doomsday, Victor asks the Fantastic Four for help with the Incursions. Does that sound crazy to you?
No.
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 They've worked side by side in comics at times, right?
Sure. As long as Victor needs someone, he'll work with them.
Right.
But as soon as his objective is met, he'll dismiss him.
The latest rumor, though, is that a new character will wield Mjolnir in a fight against Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. Who else in the MCU, in your opinion, would be worthy? We reported recently that Scarlett Johansson is going to be in the Batman 2. We believe she's playing Gilda Dent. Well, we believe we now have the actor confirmed who will be playing Harvey Dent in this. And it's none other than the Thunderbolt star himself, the Winter Soldier, motherfucking Bucky, Sebastian Stan, playing Harvey Dent. How do you feel about that?
It works.
Yeah, right? Like, he's already played a character that has that whole duality, right? Where, I mean, Bucky Barnes and Winter Soldier are two different people. The Nolan trilogy, Batman Begins is a very good movie. The Dark Knight is amazing. And The Dark Knight Rising is an amazing piece of shit. Do you agree with that? All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. That's Adrian.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
I don't know what's going on.
You don't know?
Bro. Nah, it's
one of those weeks.
It's, when you come off the New Year's, so going from Thanksgiving to December to Christmas is not that bad, right?
It was quick this year too, dude. Thanksgiving was later.
So, but then when you go from Christmas, birthday, New Year's, and then by the time you get back, trying to get in a mix of things, a little foggy.
Yeah, dude.
A little foggy. Got to catch up on some things,
It's like you're in the void for a little bit.
Right.
This time of year, for whatever reason, it's like January doesn't feel real.
Right.
Is that just me? Like,
no.
Man, when I was younger, I didn't know, but like lately, bro, past maybe like 10 years, I'm like, bro, January's not a real thing.
I think your mind struggles with, this is just another fucking day.
Right.
With, okay, this is a new year. I feel like I should be doing something, but I mean, last year was literally just yesterday.
Right.
So you kind of like in that, whatever. That's where all the New Year's resolutions that failed in 2 days come about. I should be doing something. Just do what the fuck you, well, in some cases, maybe not do what you were doing last year. Yes.
I can't wait for like next week when the gyms clear out so then I can go back to the gym and everybody quit their New Year's resolutions, dude.
Exactly.
I'm going to blame everybody else though, because here's the thing, Adrian. You always want to be unaccountable in life. No, I'm just
I was like, wow.
No, but I want to blame everybody else because I think that people, society, civilization, especially U.S., we make such a big deal out of these holidays.
Right.
And so much goes into prep. And dude, you know me, I love Christmas. It's oh my God. But it makes so much out of that. Then it's the New Year's, then it's the resolutions, then it's to take 97 days off. And it takes so long for everybody to get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, but the way America is set up is that they've designed it so they move you from one holiday to the next holiday to the next holiday because they have a Black Friday, they got something, they always got you lined up. That's why the stores, like they probably got, what's the next thing? Valentine's Day?
Oh, I guarantee it, dude.
Walmart's probably already full of Valentine's shit.
Cupid's everywhere.
Cupid's everywhere.
Oh
so they just move you. So they figure out. So say you make 50 grand a year, right? And by the time they take out taxes, you're at 35.
Right. Yeah. You pay Uncle Sam. Dude.
Right. So now you drive a car. You buy gas, so you gotta pay tax on the gas.
Of course.
You gotta pay taxes, local taxes on the registration. You gotta pay taxes, insurance.
Everything.
You gotta pay taxes, all that shit, right? Then you go buy food. You pay more taxes. On that. Right? So, and then if you witdraw money out of the bank in the wrong ATM, you're gonna pay some kind of transaction fee or something, right? So by the time it's, it's said and done, let's say you're down to $25,000, right? Yep. Then you just got to go buy regular shit, which, if you have $50,000
too, bro.
Well, if you have $50,000, you're probably in some area where it's the price are a little bit high.
Sure.
So now, what are you putting in your pocket? You're probably putting
your hands
$8 or $9 grand a year in your pocket if you make $50,000.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So I mean, and then Uncle Sam comes and swipe that. Oh my God!
The rich get richer, Adrian.
Right. They take the money out, and then it's like American justice system. You're guilty until proven innocent. Yep. Until you prove yourself innocent.
Correct.
But I'm in prison. How can I prove myself innocent? Not my problem.
Nope.
Not my problem. So we're gonna take money off the top. We're gonna invest it, do all the bullshit that we want to do with it, and then come tax time. You prove to us that you don't owe us more money. And if you can't, if you can't prove that, we're gonna take some more from you.
Correct. But we know the answer already.
Sure.
We know how much you owe or don't owe us. But you have to pay someone else to tell us how much you owe us. And if you fuck up, you're getting fucked.
Right.
And not in a good way.
And they made it a little easier for you. So they may allow you to write off the fact that you had to pay somebody to prepare your taxes. They're being a little fair, I guess.
I think of a quote, a famous quote when you go through all that.
Fuck them kids?
Nope. Close, though. Close. The great words of Benjamin Franklin.
What's that?
Tax this dick. I'm not sure if he said it or not, but I saw it on a poster once, so I'm going to go with that. So,
all right.
And this, if you are confused right now, this is Only Comics, where we discuss comics and only comics.
And sometimes some other stuff.
And I'm going to be like AI and give you a warning. I cannot provide tax advice to anyone. This is only entertainment.
Right?
Only entertainment.
Everything that I literally just said is probably false. Might want to fact check
It's just a joke, actually.
Sure.
Maybe. Who
knows?
Or, whatever. But you're right. You're getting fucking taxed up the ass.
Yeah.
Or up the wazoo, as old people say.
Nobody.
But Adrian, you know what? There's no tax for hopping on Only Comics and enjoying a couple hours with Mike and Adrian.
That's
Fun with Mike and Adrian. It is a new year. It's 2026, crazy. 2026. So here's the good thing about it, because I'm a perspective guy. Adrian.
Right.
I could look at it and be, oh my God, it sucks. Oh my God, go cry. Or I could just be like, you know what? It's 2026. We got a lot of motherfucking comic book content coming our way this year. A lot more. Last year was okay.
Well, let's hurry up with it because we're already halfway through the month.
For real.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, where is it?
Wait, what? Where are we?
Crazy. Well, in a couple of weeks, speaking of, Wonder Man drops a couple of weeks, right?
Yep.
But what the movie that is, or I don't want to call it a movie, the event. The event that is dominating the rumor mills, the news waves, the social medias, the internets, the fucking teaser trailers at the Avatar movies. Avengers Doomsday.
Really?
Dr. Doom, the GOAT himself, Adrian's all in the news. So I got, believe it or not, I got some Doomsday news today. Are you shocked at that?
No, not at all.
It's kind of been how things have been rolling,
Sure.
It's kind of a cool place to be in, though. When you think about the MCU and all the characters, and who would have thought that we would be living in a time where Dr. Doom is the center of the conversation? I mean, not everybody was a big Doom fan, but you were a Doom guy, right?
Yep.
Comic-wise. I mean, Reed's one of your top guys, big, Fantastic Four fan, and I've always been, Dr. Doom's always intrigued me. He's a badass motherfucker. So, that being said, got some rumors, Doomsday. And if you're paying attention to the set, Adrian, there's a piece that has been returned to the set. It's sitting behind you.
Yep.
And I'm going to ask you for some help here, Adrian. Okay. I'm going to attempt to pronounce the name of this thing. Okay. It's the hammer.
Yep.
It's the Thor hammer, right?
Let's see how we say that.
Starts Mjolnir. I don't fucking read Norse or whatever the fuck this is, or Asgardian, but Millionaire, is that close? No.
Close enough.
Okay. I want to know for real, Adrian. How do you say it?
I pronounce it Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Who gives a fuck, dude? You know what you're talking about.
Millionaire. I know you know how to say it, dude. I've heard you.
Millionaire.
Millionaire.
Not millionaire. You doing that extra.
That's why I need your help, dude.
I don't know if it's right or not. I just call it Millionaire.
Sounds right to me.
Millionaire. Yeah.
Oh, it's 2 syllables.
I guess.
Millionaire. Did I get it?
I guess if I looked at the fucking word again, I could probably pronounce it better, but.
You know what? I think you taught me here live on. It's an educational program too. So Millionaire.
Well, Mike, as we say to all our fans, you might want to fact check that.
All right. Well, maybe y'all can tell me how to say it in the comments. But I think that sounds.
Why can't we just say, "Hey, AI, tell us how to pronounce this fucking hammer thing"?
That's my next.
We
step.
can do that.
That's the next step. So, but I wanted to figure that out because we're going to talk about that today. The latest rumor, though, is that a new character will wield Mjolnir in a fight against Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. So it's against Doctor Doom, so it won't be Doom. That's what we were saying before, right? It's probably Doom. So far in the MCU, in the comics, there's been a handful of people that have, lifted the hammer. Right. In the MCU so far, we've seen Thor, right?
Yeah.
We've seen Vision.
Yeah.
Vision lifted Mjolnir, and I feel cool now. I can say it. Mjolnir. Just keep saying it over and over again. Yep. So I'm like, that's not the proper way, and I'll be like, shut the fuck up, bitch. I know how to say that.
Right.
We've seen Captain America, Steve Rogers, wield Mjolnir, and I guess the criteria. We're gonna break this down actually on other stuff, but in a nutshell, the criteria in the MCU at least is you must be worthy. Right?
Sure.
We saw a time when Thor wasn't worthy. He couldn't lift this motherfucker either, right? Is there any? Well, there obviously is. If they're saying someone else is going to wield Mjolnir, who else in the MCU, in your opinion, would be worthy? Anyone stand out? Peter Parker's not worthy, right?
Uncle Ben. He's fucking dead. I guess he is.
I guess he's worthy. Yeah.
I see. The thing about it is that worthy is tricky.
Yeah.
Right. It reminds me of the old when the Earth stood still, the old black and white one.
Okay.
And the alien showed up, and he said, the guy was like, "Hey, you guys need to figure this thing out, or we're gonna destroy the planet." Mm-hmm. And so, back then it was the U.S. and the Russians,
of course,
Cold War, all this bullshit. And the whole planet, oh my God, let's talk and let's do this peace treaty and blah 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 blah. So they all signed this paperwork, and the alien guy came back and he said, "Oh yeah, we've got rid of all our differences. We signed this treaty. We're united." And the guy starts laughing. He was like, "I didn't want you to fucking unite. I wanted you to go to war. We're a fucking war race." Okay. And he destroyed the planet kind of a deal, right? So all that to say is worthy is subjective.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't mean that you're like some pure at heart person.
Okay.
It's just subjected to whatever the magic. It's almost like the magic has a mind of its own, and it decides who's worthy or not.
Yeah, sure.
So now, also, Norse mythology, the Odin power is magic, right? Mm-hmm. Doom is, he's a sorcerer supreme.
He is.
Right? So he can do some shit to make himself worthy or make the hammer. Besides that, he's stolen Silver Surfer surfboard.
Yeah.
He's fucking drained power from Galactus. He's done all this shit. Him getting Millionaire is nothing, I don't think.
So you think Doom can bypass the whole worthy thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's
while he's riding Silver Surfer's fucking surfboard.
Damn. With a polar bear in tow. But based off of, I guess, what we've seen in the MCU so far, Vision was able to lift Mjolnir, no problem.
Right.
He was just born, right?
But he didn't just lift, he just like flipped it.
No problem.
Shit. And like, here's your shit.
But I would say from a character standpoint, what we saw from him at that point, Vision's all good, dude.
Right.
He's looking out for humanity. He's not selfish, right? Tony Stark's not wielding this motherfucker.
No.
We've seen him and Rhodey try to yank the shit off the ground. Not gonna happen.
We saw the Hulk try to lift it on the helicarrier. He couldn't do it.
Nope. Banner's not worthy.
No.
Captain America was.
Mm-hmm.
Were you surprised at that? I was not. I thought, if anyone's worthy, it's definitely Cap, dude.
Nah, I wasn't surprised.
Because based off of that context, he's pure, right? Cap's he's the man's man, dude. But is there any other character that stands out that you think would meet that criteria? Because the only one, and I will go through the ones that are not right now. I don't think Peter Parker. He's too many mistakes, too conflicted. Captain Marvel? No. None of the Black Widows, no. Hawkeye, no. Really, there's no...
Not even a Black Panther, I don't think.
No. Even T'Challa.
Nope.
The one that stands out to me, now it could be someone we're not even thinking of, someone that's newly introduced, but lifting Mjolnir, I fucked it up again. God, I worked all that work, Adrian, all that hard work.
Hey.
Loki. Now, because of where he is now, because of the sacrifice, because of his whole redemption arc, I feel like he could do it.
Possibly. Besides the fact that he is an Odin son himself.
Yeah.
Right? He is magic himself.
Yeah.
He has redeemed himself because remember, Thor was worthy until he wasn't, and he could lift it, and then he became worthy again.
Yes.
So it's not like a genetic, you got a blood imprint or a fingernail requirement. I mean, a fingerprint requirement. It's at the will of the magic itself. Besides the fact that Odin whispered some bullshit into the hammer and made him unworthy. But,
Yeah, some fuckery going on. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Dad. The fuck, Shit.
This is the wrong time to teach me a lesson, motherfucker.
Got the Destroyer walking down the street tearing shit up. I mean, fuck, dude. And actually, speaking of, there was one more person. It almost slipped my memory because of how shitty that movie was. Jane Foster, when she was Mighty Thor.
Whatever.
All right, so moving on. More Doomsday stuff. We know that the X-Men are in this movie. We know that the Wakandans, as they're calling them, are in this movie. Okay, which we also know they're teaming up with Namor, which we'll get to in a little bit. But a question that's on a lot of people's mind is, okay, they're in this movie, but why are they in this movie, right? Like, what's bringing them all together? Probably Doom. Last week, we were talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps post-credit scene when Doom's sitting there with Franklin, right? And I said that he's got to be trying to snatch his kid up, right? It's the only reason he'd be there. There's a rumor that contradicts that thinking, Adrian. So this rumor says that in Avengers Doomsday, Victor asks the Fantastic Four for help with the Incursions. Before I even get on, does that sound crazy to you?
No.
They've worked side by side in comics at times, right?
Sure. Again, as long as Victor needs someone, he'll work with them.
Right.
But as soon as his objective is met, he'll dismiss him.
Yes. So this isn't crazy that it could start out that way.
No, not at all.
They travel to the MCU in their ship to warn everyone, then join forces and head to the X-Men universe, the source of the next incursion. They have to fix this before that universe destroys on their own. Doesn't sound that crazy. I mean, it adds probably another layer of intrigue to this movie where Doom's on their side for part of it, but really not. Almost like, you remember, and I know you're not crazy about his portrayal, but in Far From Home, Mysterio, he pretends to be the hero for half the movie.
Right.
And we're all sitting there in the theater like, bro, you almost want to grab, do the screen. He's an asshole, dude. He's not on your side.
Right.
It's almost like that's how we're going to be feeling here. Like, bro, he's doomed. Reed, knock it off.
Right.
He's going to turn on y'all.
Yep.
It's like all the times we've seen Loki team up with Thor knowing he's going to fucking, screw him over at the end.
And Mysterio's whole thing was to access Stark's technology, right?
Right. Now, Doom's whole thing could be what? To access their tech, access their fucking child's power.
So
who knows?
So if Doom is inside the Fantastic Four's house, right, in their universe, does that mean that Doom is in that Fantastic Four's universe, or did he travel to that universe?
Great question, because we did not see a Doom in that movie.
Right.
And if you remember when they were at the Future Foundation, the seat for the Latvian representative was empty every time.
Right.
So who knows? Is the Robert Downey Jr. Doom that this movie's going to be focused on from their universe?
Right. Which also mean that at some point he would have to travel to 616 universe.
Correct.
Right? Because they're going to go do this other thing.
Yep. Now Reed has the bridge, so it would make sense that if Doom knows he has to get to this other universe, let me go to the guy who's got a fucking bridge already, right? He's got the shit built.
Sure.
So let's go check him out. Possible. But I kind of feel the same way I feel about some elements of the Spider-Man movie. I'm glad that we're less than a year out and we really don't know what the fuck's going on.
Sure.
Let's just hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
Let's just hope they don't give us one of those traditional trailers that, spoils the entire movie. Because it's cool. And so most of the theories, I don't know about you, but there's not one that I've heard that I'm like, dude, that's horror. Or, yeah, that's it. Or, damn, that's horrible. I hope that never fucking happens.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be cool with all this.
Sure.
And we're going to see, think about Infinity War and Endgame. It took place in one universe, right? Mm-hmm. There was some time travel.
Sure.
There was some cosmic travel. There was, different planets, but it's all in one universe.
Right.
I feel like in Doomsday and Secret Wars, it's going to be the contrast to that where it's taking place on Earth, but multiple different Earths, right? Different multiverses, different universes, but pretty much, not to say they're not going to go to one other, but it's not going to be this planetary fucking event. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a multiverse focused on Earth because the incursions in the comics happen when two Earths collide. Those are always that center point, right? Because we're the center of the universe, right?
That's it.
Yes, people did believe that at one point.
Yeah, the flat Earth is at the center of all the universes.
Because of the firmament, right?
Yeah.
We had the ice wall that surrounds us around the whole flat. That's a note. They keep adding to this flat Earth theory.
Hey, you got to keep the water in some kind of way.
Yeah, there you go.
Where does the water go? Does it just fall off into space?
No,
into nothingness?
The ice wall keeps it in.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
The water flows to make up the ice wall. The ice wall keeps getting thicker.
Damn, dude, you're a fucking genius. You should be a comic book character. All right.
Black Reed.
I like that. Next one. Speaking of Namor. Now, we know that Namor is somewhat of a ladies' man in the comics, right? Or maybe Sue's got a wandering eye, Adrian.
Bingo.
Namor rolls up in those skimpies and those fucking flapping wings on his ankles, bro, and his banana hammock, bro. What? Shit. All fucking shredded and shit while Reed's over there meeting with himself.
Well, not the latest one, is
it? Damn.
Fat mother.
So, anyways, Namor and Sue supposedly share a lot of scenes together in the desert.
God, of course.
Of course they do. There's a fourth trailer that leaked. This is one we kind of touched on a little bit last week, but it's a little different than the rumor. So in this fourth trailer, we see Thing getting off of a plane or whatnot and meeting with Shuri, and M'Baku was there. Namor's there as well. And it's a funny little scene. He introduces himself. M'Baku's like, I'm M'Baku of, Wakanda and this, that. And fucking Thing is like, I'm Ben from Yancey Street.
Right?
Yo, whatever. Dude, like you're from a whole nother multiverse.
Right.
But
can't be any more grounded than that.
Absolutely. So they're interacting, and there was a quote here from... Where is it? Right here from Shuri. She says something along the lines of, I've lost everyone that matters to me. A king has his duties to prepare our people for the afterlife. I have mine. Okay. M'Baku is king at this point of Wakanda. I mean, I think that even happens at the end of Wakanda Forever. It's hard to remember with how shitty that fucking movie was. But that in that trailer, they interact. She says that. So far, all of these little teasers outside of maybe the Captain America one are hinting at some big, fatal, massive event, right? Thor's sitting there praying in the woods that he comes back to see his daughter because he's going to battle, possibly. We saw the X-Men one with Scott taking off his visors and fucking losing his shit. Something had to happen. He wasn't just like, trying to shoot Sentinel's finger off. And now Shuri's saying that, how she's lost everyone, and the king has a duty to prepare our people for afterlife. Almost like they know they're going to die. They're on this collision course with something. So, but again, a little bit, these teasers have almost led to more questions than answers, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Namor, supposedly, so I jumped ahead. Let me back up. Namor and Sue sharing a lot of scenes in the desert. We also don't know, so the setting of this teaser, it looked like a giant desert, but it also looked like it could be the Void as well. So we could already be seeing... The Void is rumored to play the same role as Battleworld in Secret Wars, which it kind of sounds a lot like Battleworld, right? I mean, what we know about the Void, we saw it in Loki, and then we've seen it in Deadpool and Wolverine. And it is kind of just like everybody's trash, right? Like the remnants of some universes, some characters, some individuals from timelines that were pruned and just the leftovers, which is pretty much what Battleworld is comprised of. So maybe the Void is where he creates Battleworld. So, and it makes sense with a story like this to continue to use characters and places that we've been familiar with the whole time. I think that's the key to the shared universe, right? The characters don't always need to be the same, but if it's the same settings, the same places, you kind of feel this familiarity. So Doom, I mean, Namor and Sue sharing some scenes. They actually asked the actor, Tanak Hireta, I believe is his name. I probably butchered that. But they asked him about, spending some time with Sue, and they're trying to find out, dude, like, yo, is Namor, tapping that on the side in this movie? What's going on? And he said, well, I really like Pasco. And then he just started laughing. So I think he's getting in there, dude.
I mean, so when he was fighting Shuri's Black Panther, he was on the beach. He wasn't in the water.
Right.
He was on the beach. I was walking down the street. Richard Pryor. Anyway, he was on the beach, 50 feet from water. She beat his ass, right?
Yes.
How much action they gonna be doing if they're in the fucking desert? I mean, if he's weak, 50 feet off the shore. If he's somewhere where there's no water,
hold on, no. I gotta defend Namor here, Adrian. They baked his motherfucking ass first. They straight up dehydrated his ass in this. And I do like the shit on this movie, so it's hard for me to defend anything in this. But after the second time I watched it, I said, you know what? It does make more sense that she whipped his ass.
He was 50 foot from water.
Okay.
I mean, the mist, the spray, the extra moisture in the air should have been enough.
Okay.
You know how powerful Namor is, dude? And this chick that just picked up a suit yesterday whooped his ass. True. It's bullshit. So if they're in some kind of desert,
he's getting no action.
He's not
going
to have energy.
Damn, won't have enough. Oh my God, it's not always like this. I'll do better next time.
Right.
All right, last piece of news. It's quick piece of news this week because we got some stuff to yap about, Right. So the Batman 2, we're getting more news. And dude, I'm like putting the news together for the past few weeks. Where the fuck is DC? We're in that same place again, Adrian. Remember when we started this podcast?
Right.
We didn't even know who DC was yet,
Well, DC will be in the hidden gems.
Oh, shit. A little teaser there. Yep. Okay. Is the hidden gem Harvey Dent?
No, it is not. But it is someone grounded.
Okay.
And it would be equivalent to DC's presence in our podcast.
Oh. Very slim. Okay. All right. Well, Harvey Dent is in the news. We reported recently that Scarlett Johansson is going to be in the Batman 2. We believe she's playing Gilda Dent, Harvey Dent's wife, in the Long Halloween story. Well, we believe we now have the actor confirmed who will be playing Harvey Dent in this. And it's none other than the Thunderbolt star himself, the Winter Soldier, motherfucking Bucky, Sebastian Stan, playing Harvey Dent. How do you feel about that?
It works.
Yeah, right? Like, he's already played a character that has that whole duality, right? Where, I mean, Bucky Barnes and Winter Soldier are two different people.
He's pulling an RDJ. Hey, why not?
Why not, dude?
Exactly.
I think he's gonna kill it, dude.
Yeah. And also, you got to think about this conceptually, right? When as actors age, they have to age into roles that make sense for them.
Right.
Like, you're 90 and jumping out of a fucking jet in a 500-pound suit, Michael Keaton. It's kind of not gonna work for you, right?
Nope.
But RDJ maturing from the playboy Tony Stark to the more mature Victor Von Doom, somebody that doesn't have to move around as much, right? Makes sense.
Sure.
Bucky Barnes, Sebastian Stan, he migrated from this super soldier to a senator or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Now if you go into a more, it's government just moving over.
District attorney.
Politics.
Yep.
Slow moving, not much action. Makes perfect sense to me.
And I think he looks enough like a Harvey Dent, right? I'm sure with the hairstyle, you'll get it. He has that kind of like clean cut look to him, right?
Yeah.
He's not the smallest guy. He's not the biggest guy, I think. Right. And that's kind of Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent's not jacked. He's not, scrawny. He's just kind of like an average, slightly above average size dude.
Sure.
Looks like he could probably hold his own in the fight. He ain't fucking with Batman. Let's not get crazy. But yeah, dude, I like this. And I think think about, when you see an actor on screen and you watch the first Captain America and you see him as Bucky Barnes. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a smiley, young military guy, young buck, right? Then you go to the next movie, The Winter Soldier, and when that reveal, when the mask comes off with the long hair and just the way his eyes look, he changes to a different person.
Right.
Even in Civil War, where we see him go in and out of mind control, think about when he's under mind control. Same scene, same movie, how different he looks when he wasn't under mind control.
Right. You know who didn't do that?
Who's that?
Fucking chick who played Captain Mar-Vell.
Captain Mar-Vell, which we're going to talk about later on our road to Doomsday. I watched it this past week.
Right. Her eyes looked exactly the same regardless. Whether she was the pilot, Captain Mar-Vell, she was excited. Same.
Yes.
Fucking dead. Now, opening your eyes more doesn't mean that you change the way your eyes look, But that chick, woo.
Well, anyway, Sebastian Stan as
good for him.
Harvey Dent.
All right, though. That's number 2, though.
That's his limit.
No more. That's number 2.
Okay.
Can't jump across. No more.
Well,
but so Denzel, he was saying something about. Somebody was asking him about. Another actor was asking him about acting in the roles and this and that. Yeah. He said something to fact check. Find a role that you can like grow with, right? So he's like, they killed off Man on Fire. They should have just easily have just made it like he just fell asleep, passed out in the car.
Yeah.
Because he came back as the Equalizer. Exact same fucking guy, right?
Okay.
So he's played the Equalizer.
Which is what, 3 of those movies, I think?
3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
Tom Cruise, he's had many roles that he's played, multiple, things.
Like 12 Mission Impossible
12 Mission Impossibles, things like that. Reacher, something like that. So, in other words, grab hold to a character that has longevity that you can make it your own was his advice.
Yeah.
So, Sebastian Stan, this is your fucking number 2, right?
Damn.
You better hope Harvey Dent shows up more down the road than, occasionally.
Yeah. Now, we got 2 of these movies, I guess, in the queue here. The Batman 2, the Batman 3. It was, confirmed to be a trilogy. If Sebastian Stan's playing Harvey Dent in the Batman 2, would you prefer that he stays Harvey Dent in the Batman 2 and we don't see Two-Face until the 3rd one? Or do you think that's a character that we need just to get the Two-Face?
Unfortunately, I think they're going to do some kind of... I would prefer if they just came out with him because I already know who the fuck he is, right?
Just do Two-Face?
Oh, just do Two-Face.
Off the bat. Okay.
I don't think that they're going to do that because this is year 1, year 2, the Batman, right? So they kind of have to create him or recreate him.
Right.
So now they also have to recreate and create these other characters as well. How does this Batman make? Because Batman is actually responsible. All these superheroes, they're also responsible for the creation of these supervillains.
True.
Right? Because if you're a bank robber, you're just a street thug. But if you got to go up against the Batman, now you need a fucking harpoon instead of a 45. Now you got to have, fucking jetpack to get around because Batman's gonna jump off a 10-story building on your ass, whatever. So they actually create these villains that they then go fight up against, which is crazy. But
so here's my I don't know. It's not a theory. It's. I guess I'm writing the next 2 chapters for him. So I know they took a while with the script, so I figured I'd help them out. Right.
There you go.
If we got Harvey Dent in this and we save Two-Face for the Batman 3, right now there is. I don't think they've called him Joker yet, but there's a Joker character in this series. Remember, he's in the Arkham at the end laughing with the disfigured face.
Yeah.
So
DC, be careful, DC. You're not as good as mixing a bunch of people together as Marvel is.
Well, maybe,
I'm
but
just saying.
it's Matt Reeves though. It's not DC. I mean, it's DC, but it's his own shit. But so here's my thought for them. You know, I'm giving them some advice. You got Joker in prison in Arkham. You got Riddler. He's locked up. He's not dead, right? We've only seen grounded type of characters in this series so far. Mm-hmm. Penguin grounded version, right? Mob boss kind of. So if we see Harvey Dent in this kind of on Batman's side, maybe we see him flip at the end. Maybe we build this. I say we like we're working there. Maybe we work together. We build this movie trilogy to where the first two are very grounded, and the third movie deals with Batman dealing with this supervillain team. You got a real Joker. You got a full-blown Catwoman. You got a fucking Bane in there. You got a Two-Face in there. So kind of like how the Long Halloween deals with all of the mob. Mm-hmm. And then towards the end, you see these kind of supervillains take over, right? Now Batman, and to your point, he's created most of them.
Right.
But now he's dealing, I mean, once Harvey turns to Two-Face in the Long Halloween, the mob bosses are out.
Right.
Now the fucking crazies are taking over. That'd be cool if we've seen that trajectory here. So there you go, Matt Reeves. I finished it for you. You know,
it sounds like you're wearing the Batman jersey. We. Well,
I'm part of DC now, Adrian. They just need some help. You know, it's like a helping hand. That's all.
Sure.
I'm just trying to give them a little assist. You know,
no problem with that. No problem.
All right. Well, what we're gonna do right now, Adrian, is wrap up news and rumors with a little thumbs up, thumbs down, because we have a jam-packed show. Okay. Because you got a DC hidden gem later. We haven't had a DC hidden gem in 2 years, I think. I mean, fact check that too, because give or take, right? Give or take. We got we got two roads we're going down right now. We're going down the Witches Road with Agatha. No, I'm just kidding. We're going down, and not the Yellow Brick Road either. We're going.
You're talking about the IPA. Two roads.
Two roads. That's some good beer, dude.
Yeah, it is.
Road to Ruin, dude. That's it'll fuck you up. Anyways, but we got the Road to Doomsday, which is the MCU movie rewatch that we're doing in timeline order. So last week it was Captain America, First Avenger. This week it's everybody's favorite superhero, Captain Marvel, the Brie Larson variant. And then we have the Road to Secret Wars, our comic read that we're doing, and we are wrapping up House of M. So we got that coming up. We got Hidden Gem. We got a bunch of shit. So in order to, get through this, let's do a little thumbs up, thumbs down, Adrian. Sure. Are you ready?
Let's go.
All right. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Here we go. Number one, in Avengers Doomsday, there's a new character rumored to, you know what? Scrap that. That sounds stupid. A new character is rumored to be wielding Mjolnir in Avengers Doomsday. In a fight against Dr. Doom. We don't know who it is, but I give us a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And my prediction is that it's Loki.
Wait a minute. A new character is just the way you say it eliminates Doom.
Yes. Oh, yeah, it's not Doom. Yeah, okay. I think I was confused when I looked at it the first time, but it's a fight against Doom. So unless Doom's dooming himself, I don't think Doom's not hammering himself,
Damn.
He could be, dude. He could be. Another Doomsday rumor is that Victor was actually at the Fantastic Four's house to ask for help. He needs some help with the Incursions, dude.
Right.
And that he's going to be on their side. He's going to travel with them to the MCU, warn everybody, travel with them to the X-Men universe, warn everybody, and then say, fuck you, motherfuckers. Most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah. I give that rumor a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I like that.
Little deception there.
A little bit, dude. We also saw a teaser trailer this past week for Avengers Doomsday. It featured Shuri, featured Thing, featured, you saw some Namor in there, and Shuri's talking about losing everyone, and she says that the king, M'Baku, he's in there as well, has to prepare our people for the afterlife. So shit's getting real, Adrian.
That sounds like it.
Give that a thumbs up.
Sure. Thumbs up.
Good, high stakes. In a movie like this, you got to have stakes, right?
Yeah, sure.
Namor rumored to be sharing a bunch of scenes with Sue Storm up in Avengers Doomsday, up in the desert, dude. It's a thumbs up, dude. Your boy Namor.
Namor diddling.
Yeah, there's gonna be some diddling going on. Here's one I fucking skipped. We'll do it right now. Spider-Man Brand New Day Another rumor about Sadie Sink, and this rumor is leaning more towards her playing Jean Grey. It says that she wears green and yellow, Phoenix colors, right?
Sure.
And that she has, similar powers to Jean Grey. So I guess a thumbs up.
Sure, thumbs up.
It could be a lot of things. It could be the MCU's Jean Grey. It could be a Jean Grey from another universe that somehow popped over here, right? You never know. And then last piece of news, Bucky, Sebastian Stan himself, Bucky Barnes, he is moving over to the DC, Adrian. He is rumored to be playing, or I think confirmed to be playing, Harvey Dent in the Batman 2. I'll give this a thumbs up.
Sure, man's got to eat.
He's got to eat, dude. And I think he, it's good for the role. Good for the role. So that is thumbs up, thumbs down. Guys, subscribe if you haven't already. And, congrats to us, Adrian. We hit 6,000 subscribers on YouTube this past week.
Nice.
Think about it. I mean, I know there's channels that have 6 million. There's channels that have 6, But 6,000 people scrolled across our page and said, you know what? I want to fucking find out what these motherfuckers are talking about on a regular basis. I want to listen to these dudes.
Yeah.
So, thank y'all for subscribing.
Absolutely.
And everybody that was on the live this past week, we had a bunch of fun on the live. And next week, we'll be back on live every Friday, 7 p.m. But right now, let's get into a couple things. One, as I'm going through this MCU rewatch, Adrian, one of the things that we're going to talk about here on a weekly, or not on a weekly, but when they come up in these movies are the Infinity Stones.
Okay.
Infinity Stones they're based off the Infinity Gems in the comics, right?
Yeah.
These really drive the kind of, I guess, the connectivity between these movies are driven with these stones. And I realized watching Captain America and then Captain Mar-Vell right after that, how important the Tesseract and the Space Stone is.
Okay.
And I will say this about Captain Mar-Vell. I have taken several dumps on this movie on this show. Is that fair?
Yeah, we both have.
Yeah, we both have. Now, I still say that this movie's not great, but after this rewatch, I'll say this about it. It's a better movie watching it after the Captain America movie. Okay. This movie came out in 2019. This was like right after, this was in between Infinity War and Endgame. And it tells Carol's origin from the 90s, which predates everything else we saw. It was a weird time for this movie to come out.
Sure.
Now, that's not what is wrong with it, but it does make it slightly, like it moves from like maybe a 3 to like a 4.5 for me.
Right.
Okay. So,
well, so my thing with the movie, it's actually more entertaining than some movies.
Okay.
Not most, some.
Yep.
But when you have an actor so when you have someone that actually discredits the character, not embodies, so you can be benign in your acting, meaning that I don't think about whether you are perfect for this role or you're shitty at this role. You're just doing the role.
Mm-hmm.
That's most of the actors that's in a movie.
Yeah.
But when you look at somebody and you're like, that person should not have played that role. That's Brie Larson. Okay. That's my problem with Captain Marvel.
So straight
it's
up
not the show.
Yeah.
It's really just all about her.
Okay. I'm probably 50-50. Part of it is her, and then part of it is just that movie, that story. But one of the highlights is the Tesseract and how she gets her powers, which is different from the comics.
Right.
And when we first were introduced to the Tesseract, we didn't know that the Space Stone was inside this motherfucker. Is this Tesseract right here? Matter of fact, if you want to buy a Tesseract, you can get it on Amazon. The link's in the description. It lights up better, but I need to replace the battery. It's got this little knob thing on the bottom, but pretty cool, pretty heavy, duty. Nice little tabletop fucking design there. It looks just like the Tesseract in the movie. Does not come with the same powers though, so don't think you're gonna be, photon blasting motherfuckers. You ain't gonna do shit but look at it and try to explain it to someone.
Right.
You can't crush it. There's no Space Stone inside, but the Space Stone. So in the MCU, the Big Bang Theory exists, not the show, but the actual theory. And it explains that there were 6 singularities, right? 6 of these stones. When this Big Bang happened, the singularities were forged into these concentrated stones. They're power-based. So they got all this kind of energy.
Sure.
A mortal can't even hold these, dude. These things they'll fucking shred you. Each stone controls a fundamental aspect of existence, okay? The space stone controls space. It allows the user to exist in any location or move objects instantaneously across the universe. So remember in Captain America, Red Skull had the Tesseract. Now he used it to try to get some power. They used it for energy. They created weapons, shit like that. But if you remember the scene at the end when Cap goes into the ice, Red Skull's on that ship as well. Tesseract's on that ship as well. And when they're fighting, something happens and he drops the Tesseract. I forget exactly how it plays out, but basically that's the first time that we saw the Tesseract be used fully. It didn't kill Red Skull. It fucking sent him to that planet, Vormir, where we see him at the Soul Stone, in Infinity War. And that's what it does. You can fucking teleport through space like this with the Space Stone. Right. It also is a crazy amount of energy, so you can use it for, fucking car battery if you want.
Sure.
So, it's kind of like, AI. Right now, you can do so much with AI, but I think most people just scratch the surface, right? They use it to fucking look up their homework or something, or solve this math equation or something.
Give me a recipe.
Yeah, shit like that. You literally could code a website in AI if you wanted to. You can create chat, all kinds of shit. Anyways, that's kind of like the fucking Tesseract, bro. They're using it just to power up their car and shit, when this thing can literally transport you across the universe.
Well, I mean, there was a show, I think it was the 80s, Greatest American Hero.
Okay.
So basically, this school teacher end up in a desert, and this spaceship comes around, and he gets this spacesuit.
Yeah.
He gets instructions with the spacesuit. He loses the instructions in the desert. So he is finding out what the suit can do by trial and error.
Right.
I think that's what happens when most technology is found. You don't know what the original purpose is. You don't know what the fucking pyramids was about.
Nope.
Some people found it. 1,000 years later, the Egyptians, no, they didn't build the fucking thing. They found it. They don't know what to do with it. So they start doing all this other bullshit with it.
Most people didn't even have a fucking wheel at that time.
Right.
Do you understand how crazy? They were hunter-gatherers.
Right.
They didn't even have a fucking wheel yet. And they built this goddamn pyramid. You know what?
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Shut the fuck up. I love it. Joe Rogan said this on a recent podcast, that the pyramids are an intelligence test. If you look at that and you really fucking believe that Egyptians built these when they say they did, you're fucking retarded.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. No.
Anyways.
Not at all. So anyway, when you find something like the Tesseract, the first thing that you're probably going to do is, because, man is power hungry, right? Let's figure out how to make it fucking some kind of energy.
Plug your phone charger
exactly.
into it.
This is a giant battery. What can it do? Let's plug probe. So they're experimenting, just finding out what this shit is. And that's a lot of what that is.
Yeah.
Nobody left the instruction manual with the Tesseract. Correct. So they don't know exactly what it does. You get excited, fucking teleports you. Yeah. You get angry, your fucking mom fucking disintegrates. Experiment.
Right.
So it's kind of like that.
It's like fiber optic, dude. Who knows? When they found it at Area 51, I don't think it was used for internet,
I think fiber optic was something that they peeled off of technology, like Velcro. They peeled it up. They found something else. And one of the things they got out of it was fiber optics,
right?
Microcircuitry, shit like that.
Yep. So anyways, but that's kind of what happened with this Tesseract, dude. They found it, and of course they just made military weapons with it. Why not, right? And then they accidentally used it to trigger Red Skull's fucking teleportation up to Vormir. Somehow he gets stuck there. We don't see him until Infinity War. So why is it in a cube, though? Because at the center of this is the Space Stone, right? Well, Infinity Stones, dude, are volatile. Like most people, mortals can't touch them. You'll fucking explode. We've seen that happen. And even top, big fucking strong characters have struggled with these stones at some time, right? They're crazy power. So the Tesseract is actually the containment vessel for the Space Stone. And we're talking strictly MCU here. It's like a nuclear reactor casing almost, right? That's why Red Skull was able to hold it, because it has this casing around it. You can tap into the energy without touching the raw stone because it's in the Tesseract.
Right.
Now, who made the cube? We don't ever really find out, but it's implied that it's Asgardian. And we know that Odin hid it on Earth centuries ago. So when they find it in Captain America, you don't even realize that movie's tied to Thor in a way, because the Tesseract is there because Odin hid it there. Anyways, so if Odin hid it there, he's probably the one that put the fucking Tesseract around it, right? And it's tied. I mean, we see Loki steal it, whole deal. All right, how's it work? How's the power work? So 2 ways. One, you got the infinite battery. This is where Red Skull, he didn't know how to teleport with it. He just siphoned excess energy that was leaking out of the cube into these laser tanks, pretty much. The Space Stone has so much energy to it, it's fucking leaking out.
Sure.
And he's just siphoning that. Very minimal use, right? And then in Captain Marvel, so you're like, I thought this was the Captain Marvel review. It is, dude, but if the movie's shitty, we're going to talk about some other shit, right? Mar-Vell. This is one of my issues with this movie. Mar-Vell, in the movie, is some old bitch, okay? Some old chick, right? In the comics, Mar-Vell is the original Captain Marvel.
Correct.
The dude.
Right.
So not only did they fucking gender swap, they just fucking everything swapped this character.
They Fantastic Four #3 this bitch.
There you go. Now, why are we talking about her? Well, she uses the Tesseract. She's Kree. I guess that's the one thing they have in common. Captain Marvel, the Mar-Vell was Kree. She's Kree. What's Kree? Don't worry, we'll fucking tell you in a second.
The fucking they're like the the Germans to the the Kree are the Germans to the
Skrulls.
The Skrulls as Jews.
There you go.
That's who they fucking were.
Well, the Nazis. You can't call them all not Germans. I mean,
okay, Nazis.
Yeah, the Nazis. Only the bad ones.
My bad.
Nazis. You ever hear that? You're one of the good ones. The Germans. Some of them are some of the good ones.
Yeah. And you got black friends.
Yeah. If you can count your black friends, that's a problem. Okay, that's a problem. You should just have friends, no matter what color. Fuck. All right. So Mar-Vell is not Captain Marvel, but she's kind of playing a version of that character. But she also uses it. She uses it as a power source to create a light speed engine.
Right.
This is all part of this plot that I kind of forgot because of how distracted I was from Brie Larson's overall fucking demeanor. But she's using the Tesseract as a power source for light speed engine, which is actually why the other Kree showed up to try to fucking take her out and cause this whole mess. So anyways, we'll get into more of that when we get into the movie itself. But Loki, Thanos, these fellas, they know how to really use the Tesseract. It's like a door, dude. The stone's true purpose. We saw a glimpse of this when Red Skull got sucked into the sky, right? But we see this in the Avengers when Loki opens up the wormhole over New York.
Right.
He's using the Tesseract, which is a space stone, to open up this port. It's not like these motherfuckers just showed up to Earth. There's a wormhole connecting this part of the universe to a whole nother part.
Right.
And the Chitauri's fucking dropping in that wormhole like turds drop in the toilet. Just a lot more dangerous,
There's that.
All right. The Flurkin. Remember this motherfucker? Remember the Flurkin? You don't remember the Flurkin, do you?
No.
Goose, the motherfucking cat with the
shit.
Yep.
That fucking Nick Fury ends up babysitting or some bullshit.
And that's how he fucking lost his eye. See, it's motherfucking shit like that about this movie that pisses me off. All this build up to how Nick Fury, why he wears the eye patch, because he was nursing this little fucking cat and it scratched him. Anyways,
if I was a Samuel Jackson, I wouldn't even allow that to be fucking written into the script, dude. That's
stupid. But then they said, here's $7 million or whatever it was. You know what? Fuck it. Have the Flurkin fucking teabag me if you want.
In his career, I mean, he's on like 400 movies or some shit.
Yeah.
At this point, it's all a blur.
Right. Just give me the script, whatever. So, I mean, the Flurkin snatches up the Tesseract and it actually stays up in the... Now, here's the thing about the Flurkin, which is cool. They don't swallow and it's just hanging out in their stomach.
Right.
Flurkins have pocket dimensions inside of them.
Correct.
So he swallows the Tesseract. He's keeping it safe in a pocket dimension somewhere, which is crazy. And then he coughs it up on the desk in the post-credit scene, and that's how the Shield gets the Tesseract, which then you lead to the Avengers. So hence why watching this movie at this point in the rewatch was actually kind of cool. I was dreading to watch this movie, dude. I put it on, and even my wife looks at me, she's like, you don't like this movie, do you? Nope. But it has some redeeming qualities. So let me know, those in the comments. Is anyone out there actually like Captain Marvel? I'm sure there's a few people, right?
Sure.
And then so next week is Iron Man.
I mean, it did make $1 billion or some shit, right?
Dude, it did. It fucking did $1 billion. Now, it came out in between Infinity War and Endgame. Like, we could have made a movie about Marvel Comics and it would have done $1 billion. Anything at that point, Ours would have done $2 billion, and we just kept re-releasing it like James Cameron. Yeah. All right, so here's the rewatch. Let's get back to Captain. We'll get into more of Mar-Vell and the Kree as we go through this. This movie takes place in 1995, so we're jumping up from 45 from Captain America to 1995. Mm-hmm. You see the origins of S.H.I.E.L.D. in this. We talked about all the stuff with the Tesseract. So around the time of this movie, when this is happening, Tony Stark's probably in college partying in 95, right?
Probably.
Steve Rogers is frozen in ice still. Thor is still...
In what year?
1995.
95.
Rogers is still frozen up in the ice.
Yep.
Thor is still on Asgard, arrogant as fuck, right? The Earth has no defenders at this point. There's no one down there, looking out. And now Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, she is essentially, from a power level standpoint, the MCU Superman. Is that fair?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a badass. I mean, not the exact power set, but just how powerful she is and the role that she can play. It's so OP that she almost needs to be written off.
I wouldn't equate her to Superman, but Captain Marvel is at a power level that he shouldn't just be hanging out like Superman.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be just hanging out doing Daredevil shit.
Right. You need to keep her busy because if she's here, she's fucking everybody up.
Right. Which is why she's like an intergalactic police.
Yes.
Right? I was busy doing something else over there.
Which is a kind of and people say it's a cop-out, but it's kind of a good way to explain why she's never around.
Sure.
She's out in the cosmos defending these other planets while she ain't fucking around with these little wars and shit going on Earth, dude. Like, she's saving whole planets and shit. She got more important shit to do. So we originally see, let's back up. We see Howard Stark fish the Tesseract out of the ocean at the end of Captain America. Okay. Stark funded the Project Pegasus to study the cube. He then eventually passes it on to Dr. Wendy Lawson, who is Mar-Vell. So he starts studying this motherfucker and then eventually passes it to her. She's then using it to create, light speed travel, yada, yada, yada. Who is Mar-Vell? The differences between the MCU's Mar-Vell, Dr. Wendy Lawson, and the comics Mar-Vell, Captain Mar-Vell or Captain Marvel. He's a Kree soldier. He disguises as the name Dr. Walter Lawson. So Wendy Lawson, Walter Lawson. Okay, oh my God. A Kree superhero. He wore the nega bands. Be careful when you say that word.
All right.
But those are almost like the bangles that
drop the R.
Yeah. If some people got excited, I'm gonna say that one right there. Yep. Anyways, the mission in the MCU is she's gonna use this Tesseract to build Lightspeed engine, save this, and what part I left out is she's trying to save the Skrulls and end the war. Right. So she's a Kree, but she realizes what they're doing is real. I mean, Kree. What they're doing to the Skrulls, and she's trying to save them by finding them another planet, another place. That's kind of like motherfuckers rolled up in their house, like, yo, get the fuck out. We're gonna kill you. And they're like, bro, we're just looking for a place to stay. Right. So she's like, if we can do light speed travel, I can get them out of here and find them a planet somewhere else. Kind of hell of a person, right?
Sure.
Now, in the comics, a little different. Captain Marvel sent to spy on Earth, but he falls in love with humanity and protects it like some Superman type shit, right? Yep. Oh my God, I love you guys. Oh my God, I want to be human. I want to be human. No, you don't. No, you don't. The relationship to Carol. a little different. In Captain Marvel in the MCU, it's her mentor, her boss. She looked up to her, right? In the military. And in the comics, tapping that ass, dude, tapping out. It's a romantic partner, as they say.
Sure.
Carol was his security chief. Next thing you know, they're banging. How did she die in the MCU? Jan Rog, motherfucking Jude Law's character, who I don't like in this movie.
No.
Are you a fan of Jude Law's acting at all?
Some of his early like holiday-ish kind of stuff, but no.
He has a face that makes you just want to punch him in the fucking face. I don't know, something about him. I'm not inciting any violence here. I'm just saying. But and in the comics, dies of cancer in the famous graphic novel, The Death of Captain Marvel. Big moment, right? So, and then in the MCU, Carol takes the name Marvel because it sounds like Mar-Vell to honor her, yada, yada, yada. In the comics, Carol eventually takes the title, honor his sacrifice. So it's similar beats, right?
Sure.
Changed it a little bit. Now, this didn't bother me too much because I'm not a massive Captain Marvel comic book fan.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid, but I think it is. I do think the story of her having the mentor and how she looked up to her played out better than if they were just like banging and she lost her boo, you know? So I guess I get why they did it. Now, were you a fan of the original Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I mean, because in my mind, because Carol Danvers has always been Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
So when they brought out Captain Marvel, it was like, oh, she's a woman. I'm like, why the fuck they making Captain Marvel a woman?
Okay.
But forgetting about the whole Carol Danvers thing, the suit looked different, all kinds of shit, right? So the Captain Marvel that I grew up with was the blonde Kree.
Okay. So this bothered you a little bit, this change?
Yes.
Yes. Now, in the comics, Carol Danvers does eventually become the Captain Marvel like we see on the screen with the blonde hair and that suit, but it's later on.
Yeah.
And they even talk about her kind of like identity crisis sometimes. Like, bro, you going by Ms. Marvel, Captain Marvel, the fuck you doing, Diddy, with all these different names, dude. You're Puff Daddy, you're Love, you're Diddy, you're P. Diddy, you're fucking Captain Marvel, Mar-Vell. I'm not. I'm Ms. Marvel, I'm Mr. Marvel. Who the fuck knows?
Also, there was the Black Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Who's fucking her mom or daughter or something now. She had a different name
Monica
too.
Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Photon maybe.
Yeah, she had like 3 different names or something.
And all of them were bad. Like, we can't get her a better name. We can't figure something out. Fuck, man. Sometimes these names, like, and I mean, having in the Marvel comics, having a character named Captain Marvel is kind of lazy too. Like, come on, dude. We're gonna make a character called Captain Only Comics. I mean, it's fucking stupid. Or if who wants to be Captain Only Comics, let us know. So in this movie, well, actually in the sequel to Captain Marvel, we learned that the Kree have been digging for quantum bands, the bangles that Kamala Khan finds. But this movie kind of establishes the Kree's obsession with this ancient high-powered tech. Like, they're after this Tesseract. That's why they attack Mar-Vell and Carol Danvers when they're on this mission. She's trying to, she's trying to get to this like space station or whatever. They come in and fuck shit up. We see Monica Rambeau introduced in this movie. She's a little girl, right? Lieutenant Trouble, they call it. She's Maria's daughter. When Carol makes it back to Earth and she starts remembering who she was. Because remember, the Kree saved her and fucking brainwashed her, wiped her memory, and had her thinking she was always a Kree.
Was Rambeau introduced in Captain Marvel or Wanda?
Captain Marvel as a kid.
Oh, okay.
She was a little kid, right?
Yeah.
And then her mom, Maria Rambeau, was introduced, who we then see later on in Doctor Doom 2 as the Captain Marvel version there, remember? When the Illuminati fight Wanda and she cuts Captain Carter in half, they also had the Maria Rambeau version of Captain Marvel there too. So anyways, yes, the little girl in this movie, Monica Rambeau, eventually becomes, or we see her aged up in WandaVision. She gets powers entering through Westview, and then we see her in the Marvels, right? And she is now stuck in a different universe, the X-Men universe. So there's some connection there too. So Monica may be the character that bridges the MCU and the X-Men universe in Doomsday as well. She's in that universe. She's from this universe. Right? So I'm sure that knowing Carol, she saw her friend, get trapped in this other universe. I doubt she's just like, fuck her, leave her there.
Right.
She's probably going to try to find a way to get her back, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot more there that, I don't think we've seen any rumors about.
But we also don't understand Monica Rambeau's powers either.
True.
Right?
Yeah, we've not seen enough of them.
Shit, right?
Yep. Some of it's like photon blast and stuff like Carol, but yeah, she's got some other shit too.
Yeah.
What else? Other things that we saw in this movie. The Avenger name came from this movie. If you remember at the end, Nick Fury, he's looking at this photo of Carol's on her plane, and he's typing up this, I guess, proposal. He was calling it like the Protectors Initiative, and he sees the word Avenger and changes it. So that's how we get that name. Ronan the Accuser's in this movie, who we see a lot more of in Guardians, but he's kind of a lower level, I guess, lieutenant in this movie. And then he ends up being, I guess, someone who reports to Thanos by Guardians of the Galaxy time, which is, fucking 15, 20 years later. He's a character too, though, that we probably saw a nerfed version in the MCU.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Ronan's a lot more of a badass than what we saw.
Yeah, he is.
Pretty cool looking design though.
Sure.
With the hand, whatever that tool, the fucking thing's called, and
Staff.
Yeah.
Big-headed staff or something.
Yes.
I don't know. Jurassic Park stick. I don't know.
Something like that, dude. Something. So we see Ronan there. We also see Project Tahiti, which it's the body of the blue Kree alien. That blood is the source of the drug that resurrects Agent Coulson in the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. Remember, he died in Avengers, but he came back in that show. Well, they use Kree blood for that.
Good show, by the way.
Yeah, dude, a couple weeks ago on the live, someone else is like selling me hard on watching it.
Yeah.
You've told me about it too a bunch. It's like everything else, though. If y'all can tell me how to get 12 days in a week, I'll watch motherfucking everything, dude. But it's on my list. Nick Fury, we see a different Nick Fury in this. He's younger. He's got hair. He's probably less serious than he is later on. I mean, he's new. He hasn't even put the Avengers together yet. S.H.I.E.L.D. is not what it is later. So it was cool that we saw this character and he kind of gave us a different, I guess, view on it. I absolutely hate the way he lost his eye in this. I thought it was ridiculous. Yeah. We also see the pager that Carol gives Nick Fury that he later uses when he's getting faded to dust in Infinity War. So we saw that seed planted. So again, it's a much different watching it this early on, which was, better. So Captain Mar-Vell, Carol Danvers, let's talk about her powers. She is, she's a human hybrid in a way, because let's talk about the setup, how she got her powers. It's 1989. She's flying this test mission with Mar-Vell, but Wendy Lawson at the time. They're testing light speed engines. They're shot down by Kree, Jan Rog, fucking Jude Law's bitch ass. Mar-Vell is killed. And Carol realizes they're after the engine. So she just got the Tesseract in this. Like, to your point of how they just barely use, just drop that bitch in there, hook the fucking thing up to it, and we'll do light speed travel.
Right. We know power's coming off of it. And let's find some fucking fundamental way to how to use it.
Right. Which in all reality, we've seen people pick up this Tesseract and just travel.
Right.
Like it has the power to do that, but they don't know yet. So they're dropping it into the spaceship. It's fucking, barely hanging on, and then boom. So she realizes, Carol does, that the Kree, bro, they're after this shit. And they probably ain't going to do anything good with it, right? They'll probably go fucking exterminate all the Skrulls or something.
Was she that conscious of, I thought the Kree shot the ship down, and then at some point she was trying to hide or some bullshit, and ended up shooting the fucking Tesseract.
No, she
shot
it.
And, well, whatever.
Yeah. So she sees that they're after. Her idea was, let me shoot that motherfucker so they can't get it, type shit. And then it backfires. She absorbs all of that energy. And now she's almost, in a coma, but she survived it. So the Kree, they're whatever, pulling the tech apart, and they realize, well, shit, she survived this. We should probably take her back. We might be able to use this bitch, right? They give her a blood transfusion. Jan Rog gives her his blood to save her, which makes her a human Kree hybrid, which is why she don't age. which is why she's crazy strong and durable. And then the Tesseract, so she's a mixture. She's Kree, but she's also an enhanced with this Tesseract power.
Correct.
Which makes her fucking almost unstoppable. So who are the Kree, Adrian? Well, you basically compared them to Nazis earlier. But let's talk about who they are, at a different level. They are technologically advanced. They are a militaristic race. I probably butchered that word. From the planet Hala. They're typically... Yeah, just like that. They typically have blue skin. They bleed blue. Ronan the Accusers are Kree. Mm-hmm. Now, the Accusers are like a whole nother like fucking team of Krees or some shit. Some of them look human, and that allows them to infiltrate the Earth, like Mar-Vell and Yon-Rogg. They look human. They're much stronger and more durable than humans. That's why Carol can take a punch from Thanos and shit like that. They are obsessed with war, genetic purity, hence the Nazi comparison. They're ruled by supreme intelligence, which is an AI composed of the greatest Kree minds. So that's going to be us in like 20 years, right? We'll be praying to AI. Oh my God, Gemini, thank you. The conflict, though, their main enemy is the Skrulls. They're shapeshifters. The Kree believe the Skrulls are filth. They're dirty motherfuckers. And the Kree are the Order. So that's who they are. That's who so she kind of starts this movie on the wrong side, right? And then, realizes, that she's with the villains, dude. The powers, how they work. Carol is basically a living battery. And we're talking MCU because the comics a lot different. She has photon blasts, which what those are is she's channeling cosmic energy through her hands. They're not lasers. It's similar to Cyclops in a way. They're concussive blast.
Right.
They're not coming from another dimension like Cyclops, but it's not like they're not, fire that she's blasting at you. It's going to burn your skin. They're concussive blasts of pure photonic energy. She can control the intensity from a small little fucking blast to a nuclear blast. Her powers come from the space stone, so she can manipulate her own gravity and propulsion, which allows her to fly, not just in the atmosphere, but in the vacuum of space as well. Also at light speed. Mm-hmm. Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, can fly at light speed in the MCU. Remember, we see her in Endgame fly out there and save Tony Stark like nothing, just bringing the fucking ship back like, hey, got this, like a DoorDash for, lost spaceships almost.
Right. Now, understand that it's got to be much more than just flying at the speed of light, because if you understand or believe in the Einstein theory about, faster than light travel, no one can actually travel at the speed of light. Because as you fly, the closer you get to the speed of light, the heavier, the denser you get. So whole physical properties change. Potentially you actually go back in time and all this other kind of shit. So there's got to be some other dynamic with her flight, even like Superman. You just like busting through fucking light or light speed and all this other kind of bullshit. So there's got to be some other dynamic. I mean, I didn't mean to digress, but there's something else to when a character can fly at or near light speed, there's something else going on.
Yeah. Which, I mean, whatever that is, it stems from the Space Stone.
Yep.
And she has the ability to she can absorb energy. Sure. So if you're shooting shit at her, she don't get hurt, dude. She just gets stronger. She can absorb it and blast, almost like how Bishop, draws an energy and can blast it back out. In Endgame, when she fights Thanos and he headbutts her and she don't even fucking move. She badass. All right, back photon blast. What exactly is a photon blast? We talked about it's not fire or lasers. A photon is a particle of light. Her blasts are concussive forces. Her blasts hit you like a semi-truck made of light. That type of force, but it's straight light, which is why she can do that at light speed. Fast as shit, right? She absorbs ambient cosmic energy. Now, in the movies, she channels it from the Tesseract. She concentrates it into her hands, and she fires it at a hard light projectile. And why she can fly is she's firing proton energy downward or manipulating the energy field around her. She thrusts anti-gravity. I mean, pretty fucking interesting kind of the same rocket as same principle as a rocket, but she is the fuel source.
Sure.
Which is because she's got the Tesseract power, is almost fucking unlimited. Now, her binary mode is another thing that's very different in the movies than in the comics. In we're talking MCU, her eyes glow, her hair stands up, and she's surrounded by a golden aura. We've seen this a couple times. We've seen this at the end of Captain Marvel when she destroys all of Ronin's ships. She's got that glow around her. And we also saw in Endgame when she destroys Thanos' ships. Most of the movie Captain Marvel, she's limited by this Kree inhibitor chip in her neck. So she's way more powerful than she even knows that she is for most of the movie. When she rips that off, she fucking hits her full potential, and dude, it's lights out, dude.
Well, I don't think she was in binary mode when she destroyed Thanos' ships. The aura that you see around her, because when she goes to binary mode, she's a completely different person.
In the comics.
Yeah. So you're saying that was their...
That's their version, yes.
Really?
Yep, the golden aura, the hair standing up, she basically becomes invincible. You don't like it?
No.
When she's in that form, she becomes the energy. She can fly through massive spaceships. She can destroy them by touching them. She basically becomes invincible, a living missile, which we got to see, in this movie and in Endgame. Now, you don't like it. Why? What in your? I guess describe what binary in the comics. And you did a hidden gem on binary a long time ago, and you treated it as if it was a separate character.
Because it is.
Okay.
Binary in the Phoenix is the same thing to each other as Captain Marvel and Jean Grey.
Got it.
That's why I don't like it.
Okay. So you don't like that they just merged it as almost like just her moving up to like what's a good example? Like Wolverine going berserker. That's kind of how it's just like another level of her power. It's not a whole separate entity in the MCU.
You don't make a Lamborghini by putting a nameplate on the Hyundai. And that's what they essentially did. They made her fucking eyes glow.
Damn.
And she's binary. It's bullshit.
Shit. And not like binary, non-binary, not no pronouns. We're talking about the motherfucking character.
Right.
Now, I will say that after rewatching this, I still have my issues with Brie Larson's performance. And my issues are more when she becomes Captain Marvel, when she accesses this binary, when she unlocks her power set, her acting as this confident, arrogant person does not connect. It does not feel authentic to me. Right. It feels forced.
Yeah.
I actually liked her up until that part. When she was just Carol not knowing who she was, sure. I thought she did a good job.
Sure.
And when she got the power unlocked, I'm like, this it doesn't connect with me.
Right.
I could be nitpicking. Someone would be like, oh my gosh, she's the greatest actor in the world. Oh my God. Maybe. But I'm going to say no. All right. So that was this week. That was Captain Marvel. Next week, Adrian, the big dog is up. Tony Stark. The Iron Man origin story. We're getting into the modern era of the MCU. So that is next week. We're done with, all the history lessons, dude. Next week, we enter 2008. We're in Afghanistan. We meet the man. We already met Agent Coulson. He'll show back up here. We get to see how Tony Stark turns into Iron Man and lays the foundation for a lot of this phase. So far, we've been introduced to Cap. He just broke out of the ice. Nick Fury's in the shadows putting together this team. The Tesseract is the only Infinity Stone we've seen so far, but shit's about to get ramped up. Iron Man next week on the Rewatch. So one other thing I'll say, the whole list of the Rewatch, there's a link to a Google Drive sheet that you can see the order. I'm working on a more eye-pleasing version. But I mean, all you really need to know is what the fuck you're supposed to be watching this week. I mean, it's not that hard, right? But I would say that this is not part of the watch because it would fuck up our schedule. But a movie that everybody should slip in at some point is X-Men Days of Future Past. I rewatched that this past week. And I believe, because at the end of that movie, it resets the X-Men universe. Because the X-Men universe did a lot of stupid fucking shit in X3. Do you remember that movie?
No.
With I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh,
that one. Oh my! When they killed Xavier, they killed Cyclops. They fucking killed Jean. They killed everybody. Mystique's no longer a mutant. Magneto loses his power. That was some fuckery. A-grade fuckery. Anyways, Days of Future Past resets all that. Then we see the X-Men Apocalypse and all that bullshit, which you probably don't need to watch. But Days of Future Past, I think that's one where I think that time travel is going to come back and rear its, I think we're going to see some impact from that time travel too. Okay. If all these things are causing incursions, well, I'm sure Wolverine did something too, this motherfucker.
Sure, why not?
Why not, dude? Anyways, all right, that is the Doomsday wrap up, or the Captain Marvel Road to Doomsday wrap up. Iron Man next week. Now, the road to Secret Wars, where we finished up House of M. A lot of people on the live were talking about House of M. They loved, oh my God, House of M. Thank you, oh my God, it's so great. But it is. It's fucking great, dude. It was a fun read. I've read this book several times, and reading it again this past week, had a lot of fun. So what we're fixing to do, as they say. All right, Adrian, House of M. Number 5, we finished up 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 issues this past week. Oh, let me show y'all what I'm seeing. Bam, there it is. Cover to this one. This, who's this chick with the eyes? Oh my God, we don't know. We got Emma Frost, we got Luke Cage. Let's pick up where we left off last week. So we had this girl, Layla, who remembered the world as it was before Wanda fucked everything up. So did Wolverine. They, went to Cyclops. So went to find Emma Frost, who's now shacking up with Cyclops. Why not? And they convinced her. Layla somehow showed Emma, by reading her mind, what happened. She woke her up. It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of the Matrix, Adrian.
Sure.
Right? Everybody, now Wanda put everyone in this Matrix, and now Wolverine and Layla are waking motherfuckers up. Like, dude, here's the red pill. Wake up, bitch. So, but what they find out here, dude, is her brain's got some shit going on. Maybe Layla's got some powers. We don't know. And then Scott comes home. I mean, he's all confused. He's thinking he's just going to come home and, bang his wife Emma, and all these motherfuckers up in the house. This dude with the hood. Who's this chick? Who's the little kid? Imagine walking home to this shit. Like, who the fuck's everybody in the house, bro? I worked all day. I'm just trying to come home, relax. You got this bitch with green eyes here, fucking dude in this cloak. What's going on? And we discover that Layla can, if she can relax and focus and use her powers, she can she wakes these people up. So she wakes up Scott. I mean, he's about to vomit. That's some crazy when you think about in the context here. Like, I know it's a comic book. I know it's made up. Read a comic. But imagine waking up right now and realizing the last fucking 40 years was not really what happened. And now remembering now remembering both, though. Remembering what really happened and remembering this dream almost that you've been living. Some wild shit. I mean, I don't know if I'd be throwing up like Cyclops, but
I don't know.
Who knows? Anyways, they explain everything to him, and everybody's on some let's just go kill Magneto type shit. Right. At this point, bro, they believe it's Magneto's fault. Which a lot of times it is Magneto's fault. It's really not that much of a stretch, right? Like, why are you always blaming me? Because, dude, it's normally you, bro. The one time I'm wrong, my bad, but it's normally you. Peter Parker's over here with his buzz cut. They track him down. Uncle Ben's still alive. Then they wake him up. And, of course, he ain't dealing with that well. He's remembering his whole background. He remembers MJ. He's not really married to Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy actually died. Uncle Ben's dead. So, I mean, shit like that would suck, right? Like, damn, Uncle who I was just standing next to is actually dead. Yeah. My fucking wife at home who I have this baby, who's standing right here with our child, doesn't even exist. Fuck. So, shit's hitting the fan, dude. But they're going around. They're waking everybody up. They find Doctor Strange, do the same thing with him. Carol Danvers, same thing with her. As like you mentioned earlier, look at her as Ms. Marvel, right? They're putting the team together. Now, Steve Rogers, they see him, but he was never frozen in ice. So he's just this old man. So they decide not to wake him up. They're like, just leave him alone, dude. Damn. How the fuck's he going to help? How's Gramps going to help us, dude?
Right.
But they got the whole squad, dude. You got She-Hulk in there. You got Hawkeye in the background, who's actually really dead in the main universe. I don't know how he's here. And then S.H.I.E.L.D. shows up. They've not been woken up yet. Toad, Mystique. Remember, Wolverine fought them and ran off. You got Jessica Drew here. You got Rogue. You got Nightcrawler. You got Toad and Mystique. Of course, fight breaks out. But they slowly wake these motherfuckers up, too. Mystique has a little mini meltdown when she finds out and slaps Wolverine. And here we go. We got the whole squad. What's the plan? We got to go get Magneto, get that motherfucker, and I guarantee he knows where Xavier is, says Wolverine. He's trying to find Xavier, too. Now they're up in Genosha. Genosha's a different looking place in this, dude. I mean, it's beautiful, right? All these nice buildings and elegance. And, Magneto's here chilling with his daughter, Lorna. Don't even know who that is. He has 3 kids in this. And we see the Xavier Memorial Garden. He died so Genosha could live. Damn. All right. So they ain't going to find no Xavier because he dead.
Right. Issue
6. Got this helicarrier here. These giant, like, Magneto-looking sentinels. But this is, these are S.H.I.E.L.D. tech. So they're rolling up to Genosha with S.H.I.E.L.D. tech. And they're going to launch an attack, dude. Why not? Fucking smoke this motherfucker. I mean, dude, he did all this, right?
Yeah.
And who do we have here, dude, showing up to the party? It's a gala. Victor Von Doom, maskless. You don't see anyone going, he look like Tony Stark, Tony Stark. No, it's fucking Victor Von Doom. So he invites him. Magnus is like, dude, I'm surprised you even showed up. He's like, well, bitch, I'm surprised that you invited me. And he said, we'll just take some photos. So they're very political. They're both leading nations here. So they got to show up. You know how it is, dude. Yeah. Trump, they got the fucking...
Kiss the black babies and all that.
Exactly. Bullshit. We want to make sure everyone knows we're on each other's side here. Yeah. Let's show up, take some photos, and then get the fuck out of my house.
Who drew this, though? This art is fucked.
You don't like it?
No.
Damn.
Not at all. Anyway.
All right. So, they're game planning, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. But let's get to the good stuff. So here they are. They're showing up. The gala's happening. The photos are going off. They got their S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. We got T'Challa in the house from Wakanda. That's why they need to recast him. Victor Von Doom's there. Storm's in the house. The Princess of Kenya. Not the Halle Berry version. King Namor is up in this piece. Now, Namor is another one that they said there's a traitor on the side of the Avengers. I could see Namor easily siding with Dr. Doom. Of
course.
Bro, he's always walking that line,
He's more unstable than Doom, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And here it is, the House of Magnus. You got Magneto. You got Wanda's fucking ridiculous-looking kids. You got Lorna. You got Wanda in the back. And Quicksilver, dude. Quite the glow up here, though, right? Man, all looking pretty spiffy. Then you got this Iron Man / Magneto looking Sentinel. They're on the attack. But I mean, come on, dude. It's Magneto. He just fucking wrecks that shit. And here they are. I don't even know what to call them. The Avengers, the X, whatever. This team. She-Hulk with one boob out. That's cool.
Hey.
Yeah, who drew that, Adrian?
I don't know.
And here they go, dude. All out war. They're fighting all the soldiers. And they're looking for Xavier, though. And of course, they find the stone. And they realize that, shit, he's not here. There's no body here. There's no coffin. It's just the fucking stone.
Right.
I guess it could be his ashes, but I mean, that would make too much sense. So, to be continued. All right, boom, episode 7. This nice little drawing, this painting, this watercolor painting of Scarlet and Quicksilver.
Hold on, go back to that panel. That panel, see how the H and the M?
Yep.
That whole logo reminds me of Warren Worthington, the Angel, when he became Archangel.
Yeah.
With the after he lost his wings a couple times.
Oh yeah.
He got the metal
with
wings.
The shark. Yep.
Yeah.
Remember the shitty fucking version of that in X-Men Apocalypse?
Oh my god. That whole
movie, dude. I actually, believe it or not, Adrian, I watched that. So yeah, it was fucking bad, dude. It was actually, the movie itself was okay. The apocalypse was an atrocity.
Yeah,
That was ridiculous. One of the worst looking comic book villains I've ever seen on screen. One of the most disservice I've ever seen to a main character like that in the MCU or anywhere.
I mean, they could have had The Rock play him. That would have been better, right?
Fuck, dude. Something. So pretty good, pretty cool fight going on here. Everybody's throwing fisticuffs, you know. Of course. And then, as you see here, things start disappearing, dude. Wanda does. What have you done to my sister? Oh my God, my sister. Oh my God. But Wanda actually wasn't even there, dude. She was projecting herself. She's hanging out in this room with her kids. I'll tell you what, dude. Say what you want about crazy Wanda. She's a hell of a mom, you know? Fuck.
Oh, yeah. Hell of a mom, and her brother is a turd. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well,
starts crying every time something happens and shit. Want to speed off somewhere.
You're going to realize pretty soon how much of a turd that motherfucker is. But anyways, Doctor Strange astral projecting up in this motherfucker, and he's like, dude, what are you doing, Wanda? Seriously? And you can see here what's going on outside, the big explosion.
Wait a minute, what happened with the panel? They couldn't, they forgot to fill it, or what's going on?
Yeah, that one's just leave up to your own imagination, I guess.
Yes.
So it's all going to fucking hell outside, right? And he's asking her, you know, what happened? Why'd your dad do this? What happened to Xavier? And she just kind of says, he just, wanted me to be happy, wanted all of us to be happy. Is that what he said? She's like, no, dude, it's way more complicated than that. You're just going to have to fucking understand me for a sec. She starts showing him what's going on. It wasn't actually Magneto, dude.
Right.
It was Peter, whatever the fuck you want to call him, Quicksilver. This fast-ass motherfucker is the reason why the world went to shit, or not. This little flashback here. Remember, speaking of him running off all pissed off, remember when he ran off when he found out they were discussing the death?
Right.
Or they remember when they were at Avengers Tower, X-Men and Avengers are going back and forth debating what they should do with Wanda. He bolts off to go tell his dad, and his dad's like, dude, what the fuck you want me to do about it, bro? Shit. I mean, I'm in some Magneto shit. Like, bro, fuck, dude. We can't fix her. What do you want me to do about that? And then he runs off.
Wait a minute. Go back.
Yeah.
He cries.
Yes, he cries.
And then he
runs off. Yeah.
Right.
It's like some of these kids that play basketball. It's like, bro, why are you crying? Knock it off. It's basketball.
Damn.
Stop. He then goes and talks to his sister, and she's just kind of like, it's going to be over soon, whatever. They start blaming everything on Magneto for choosing his mutant race over them. This is key because he was their, father at this point. And she's saying, she's contemplating should she kill herself. But she's like, am I a coward because I don't want to? So a lot of good dialogue here, pretty emotional story. I mean, it's his sister. I mean, we were talking shit about Pedro, but it's his twin sister.
What kind of psychology do you have to consider, like, ask yourself, should I kill myself? I mean, what kind of shit is that?
Well, I think that for her, she's thinking this is after Avengers Disassemble, where she killed her husband, killed her team. Right. She's
such a threat.
Such a threat. Like, if there's no me, maybe everybody's safe. Almost like for those of you that watch Stranger Things, that was kind of Eleven's thing. Like, if I'm not here, then they're not coming after you.
Right.
They're coming after you for me because of my blood and my powers.
Right.
If I'm gone, this shit's done.
Yeah.
So people that didn't like the ending, like, bro, it makes sense.
Was it a Game of Thrones ending?
I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but the way y'all talk about it, I don't think so.
Okay.
It was divisive, but it's open up for interpretation. That's what sucks. Is like, you could.
They didn't end it?
They didn't end it. They made it seem very much like she died. And then Mike then kind of tells a story that, like, she could be alive. And if you think about it this way, and then all of the friends go, well, I believe, like, oh, I believe your story that she's alive. So it's kind of like whatever you choose to believe is the ending, Adrian.
Okay, it was a Game of Thrones.
She's fucking dead. She's dead, bitch. Fucking died.
It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, okay. So I've never seen Game. I'm going to take your word for it, Adrian. I'm not going to fucking watch it now. So, but they're blaming Magneto because he chose his mutant race over them, which is fair, right?
Sure.
Magneto is all about protecting the mutant race, but also showing that the mutant race is superior to the human race.
Right.
That's the biggest contrast between Chucky Boy and Magnus here.
Magneto, his thing was, okay, we're superior. So what?
Right.
What's the problem?
Right. We should be ruling over them then.
I don't think he started out with the ruling thing, but he did wanted to acknowledge that, yeah, there is a difference.
Correct.
Between the mutants and the humans. That doesn't mean that we have to be going at war with each other. Now, you making it some shit.
Yeah.
So now, guess what?
Because Charles is like, we should be equal.
Yeah.
Magneto's like, they're never going to accept us as equals, and we're superior to them.
Right.
And that's where they have the biggest disagreement. But it's the same thing. They work together a lot, too, because at the end of the day, they both want to protect the mutant race.
Right.
Just in different, I guess, ways.
Magneto is in a more separatist way, and Charles in, let's kumbaya.
Correct. I mean, Stan Lee always compared them to the civil rights movement, and Magneto's more Malcolm X.
Right.
And Charles is more MLK.
Got it.
MLK is more about the peaceful dude. Don't fight back. I mean, right? We've seen this. He'll sit there and fucking take. And Malcolm X is like, bro, I ain't taking your shit, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then the government kills them both off because why not? All right. So, I mean, he's consoling. A pretty emotional panel here, right? They're talking about death. They're blaming their dad, of course. Typical therapy shit, right? Blame your parents. And he basically told her, like, you could take it all back. You can make everyone happy. This is where this whole thing starts. She's like, I can't control it. He's telling her, I can help you. They're also going to maybe use a little bit of Xavier's because Xavier's in her mind. So maybe we can use some of his powers too, right? So, and basically what they did was gave everybody what they wanted. Think about it. Peter wakes up. He's married to Gwen Stacy with a kid. Uncle Ben's still alive. Boom. Right. Wolverine's on this team of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. He's, banging Mystique. Cool. Cyclops is married to Emma Frost. Captain Marvel is a famous superhero. Spider-Man's a famous pro wrestler. Like, everyone's just living their best life, dude.
Right. But we know that doesn't work.
Nope.
The Matrix.
So somebody remembers.
Yep. Well, that too.
Yeah. But yeah, like that, man, everyone's just living their best life,
yeah,
right?
But the thing about it is that we don't survive off of, if everybody was just good, there would be no advancements. There'd be a lot of stuff missing. I mean, you would also have like a lot of the fuckery that humans do. But who knows?
Emma Frost is listening. They're tag teaming. I mean, Strange is in there astral projecting. Emma Frost is listening. They're trying to find Xavier. And now Wanda's starting to spaz out here, and the kids are mad because they're making mommy sad. Well, Wanda gets shot in the back by good old Hawkeye, dude. We see Hawkeye here. I mean, he's fucking tagging her up, dude. He's pissed. He's upset. And Hawkeye then disappears. I like this drawing of him in the little cube pieces just going. He's gone. Strange is like, what the hell? She didn't mean to do that, dude. She's sorry. But he's gone again. He's now killed him twice. Battle's still going on here. She's fucking mad, dude. She's saying this shit ends. Here's Magneto. Quicksilver is all fucked up. I want to say, I think Wanda may have taken him out by mistake. Anyways. He's, what have you done to my boy? He's pulling some Joyce here, like from Stranger Things. And I'm going to get to the good part here. Boom. All right. She's fucking now freaking out because her brother's gone. Magneto he's trying to step in and be a dad or whatever. And they start going at it. And she basically says to him, like, yo, we're not superior. We're not gods. We're freaks. We're mutants. We're freaks. Like, and you chose this path over us. She's pissed. You ruined us because of this fight for the mutants, and we're all a bunch of fucking freaks, right? Then she utters the phrase, Adrian, the magic 3 words, no more mutants. She's had enough. fucking went crazy, and she's blaming it on her mutant powers and whatever. Goes crazy, kills her dad, or kills her fucking husband. I don't know, everyone. Her friend's husband, tears everything apart. Her brother's dead now. Magneto's being a punk ass bitch, and she's just like, fuck it, no more mutants. And she reshapes the comic book fucking world for a long time, actually. It's a big explosion. Boom. Big white light. You learn this about comics. There's a big white light. Something's about to get fucked up. Is that fair? I mean, we saw it with Secret War. Big ass white light. All of a sudden, it's Secret Wars, dude. Big white light. It's Battle World. Big white light. Fucking Magneto's almost dead. It's just big white light, bro. Go the other way.
Big white light. Aliens show up.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, right?
Big white lights. You get your whole fucking race destroyed.
Pretty much. So, all right. But look, we're here in New York, Avengers Tower. Layla's back at home. She's late for school. Peter's waking up. MJ's there. Now you're dealing with some people that are struggling because they just left a reality where they had
everything.
Right. And now they're back going like, I kind of missed that. Fuck.
Sure.
So it's not everybody remembers. MJ don't remember. Sentry over here don't remember. No,
drugs.
It's the drug. Yeah, it's the fucking meth. Not everybody remembers. Tony don't remember. Certain ones do. Emma Frost is all fucking cracked out here. Speaking of drugs,
wow.
She must remember. Shit's kind of fucked up. Now, no more mutants, but there are still some mutants that have powers.
You're right.
I think it may come down to how close they were to her, whatever. It wasn't completely no more mutants, but it was damn near all of them, which you're going to see here in a sec.
I think it's kind of like we were talking about with who's worthy to pick up Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
When it comes to magic, it's almost like it has a mind of its own.
Correct.
It makes decisions, right? Because when she said no more mutant, that should have been like all of them.
Right.
Like,
you
like
think.
100%. But it wasn't.
So like Wolverine, he now remembers his whole life because he's always had memory issues. They've wiped his fucking memory more than we wiped this memory card here we record with. Emma Frost is here and she's like, all right, something's fucking wrong, dude. Yep, put on Cerebro. And they're looking for mutants. Look at these little dots, dude. There's like fucking 12 of them. That's how many mutants are left in the entire world. So Wanda, no pun intended, bro, caused some chaos. They still don't know where the fuck Xavier is. You got Iceman. He don't have his powers anymore. It's way too hot in here. And it's interesting to see which characters have and which ones don't. Big news moment here. Everyone's learning about what just happened. Because, I mean, we know what happened, but they're just waking up. They don't know the level of this until they popped on Cerebro and checked around and realized, fuck, dude. Spider-Man wants someone to basically wipe his memory because he doesn't want to remember that House of M perfect thing because it's fucking ruining his life right now.
Doesn't that make him like that guy in the Matrix who was eating the steak? He's like, I don't want any of this bullshit. I just want to go back in.
Yep. Yes.
And he's always wants his mind wiped and shit. It's like, that's his default. I don't like this.
That's why his bitch ass can't fucking pull the hammer, dude.
Wow. Fucking Peter.
Yep.
Disappointing.
They're checking out. I think this is Avengers Mansion, and then Hawkeye is dead again. So I don't really know what it means, dude. He's
dead here and he's dead
everywhere, bro. Genosha's back to be all fucked up. Magnus is here. He's stepping on a fork, trying to move the fork. We don't really get to see if he has his powers or not. And
he's trying to step on a fork to move the fork.
No, he stepped on the fork, walking, and then he sees a fork and he's trying to move it, see if he's got his power, I guess. And where is she? It's kind of like this. Where are they? A little different. But they're looking for Wanda, dude. And then Wolverine, dude, snaps in. He's got Magnus down. Now, he says, you lost the power over your metal, have you? And he says he didn't. So I guess Magneto didn't. They're asking where Xavier is. He don't know. Where's Pietro? We don't know. Where's your daughter? I don't know. Motherfucker knows nothing, dude. I don't know. He knows fucking nothing. He's useless. His tits on a bowl. And Wolverine wants to kill him, but they're like, bro, he didn't do this. So as much as everyone was on board with whacking him when they thought he did this, but he didn't. So he does say, when we find your kids, we will fucking kill you, pretty much. And here's Wanda, dude. She's out just strolling out in the village somewhere, strolling out in the village. Somewhere probably overseas. I mean, the way it's drawn, it's probably out in Europe somewhere. Which, funny thing is, oh yeah, as you can see, she's out here in like, you got Italy here, whatever. So she's probably out somewhere near where she's originally from, like Sokovia or whatever.
Yep.
And it kind of lead with some text here about every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You see the Earth here. So I'm asking, what will be that reaction? You see this little force thing here, dude. Is that, to me, that looks like the Phoenix Force.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe this no mutant thing caused the Phoenix Force. I can't tell if it's entering Earth, leaving Earth, what's going on, but it's there.
Right.
So that is House of M, Adrian. We've read this before. Nice little flashback. Next week, we have New Avengers 16 through 20, The Collective. This deals with the aftermath of this House of M. Wanda erased the powers of million mutants. Energy can't be created or destroyed. So where did all that energy go? It didn't just vanish. It all fucking clumped together. And we're going to talk about that here. And after that, dude, we're getting on this road to we're getting into Civil War next. So we go from New Avengers 16 through 20 to Civil War. So if you're doing this read along with us, 16 through 20, New Avengers next week. But dude, House of M, amazing read. Big. I like shit like this that impacts more than just the content itself, meaning it impacted Marvel Comics for years.
Sure.
There was very low mutant population for a long time. According to the numbers here, before this event, there were millions of mutants. After the no more mutants phrase, there's 198 total. That's some shit. Now, the world eventually snaps back, but for the mutant population is so low for the next 7 or 8 years of publishing. It's crazy the fact that we've had that impact the comics for that long. But anyways, that was House of M. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We're moving down this road. It's only going to get better from here. Civil War is a fun read. Then we got some Secret Invasion going on, much better than the shitty ass show. So that is that is House of M. Moving on to We Respond. Got some comments. Read a comment. You gonna read my comment, Mike? Maybe we'll fucking find out, dude. Find out. You just never know, Adrian. You might. Now, how do you get your comment read? You either say something really cool, something really fucking stupid. You piss me off. You make me happy. There's really no rule to it, right?
The rules are the rules are so fast and loose. The really only qualifying way to get your comment read is you got to write it first.
Yeah. There you go. You write it, and you never know what's gonna happen, dude. You know. So let's check out. Now, I tell you what, I will definitely read interns' comments first because y'all are part of the membership. You know, I think that's fair. Somebody was like,
sure.
You're reading, so I'm not an intern. Like, I mean, I'm not saying absolutely no, but I'm definitely going to read the interns first. I mean, it's so speaking of Mr. Cordon, he's a new intern. He says, you guys are awesome. Still a listener. Join your page and order a shirt. My man, I dig the merch. As I was listening to this and the podcast before, ding, ding, ding is dead, LOL. Oh, I just gave him one. And stick to your guns, brothers. I would never watch a new Avatar I would never watch a new Avatar to see a teaser of Doomsday. Oh, I'm with you, dude. Yeah. Especially now that they come out so fast anyways. Well, remember I told everybody to record it and post it?
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
Thank you, all of you all that did that, you know? All right.
Wait a minute, but you never went.
Fuck no.
I'm just checking.
Nope. No, it wasn't me recording them here. Nope. DJ Super Soldier says, AWA, my guys. And those that don't know what AWA means, it means another week, another banger. It's what we fucking do here every week. He says House of M is such an incredible story. Everyone should read it at least once. I agree with that. There's your fucking dings. Maybe we save the dings for We Respond since some people fucking cry about it. We got the reading guide to Secret Wars. Now the watch along to Doomsday. Goddamn, Mike, you the man. Well, I appreciate that, DJ. You the man, DJ. Adrian setting the year off with a bang with the hidden gem. That was a great hidden gem last week. Agree. Cap has the best trilogy. 2026 only comics interns. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
OG Dirte says my top 5 hidden gem requests for 2026. He's giving you 5, Adrian, so you can't just turn them down. You got to pick one. All right, well, you don't have to do anything, but here they are. Number 5, Death's Hand from Marvel. Okay. Number 4, Century from Marvel. You did Century, I think. Yeah. Number 3, Nemesis. So we already granted your wish, dude. So we did Century. Like, it was somewhere between 3 and 37 weeks ago. Something like that. No, actually, we're on episode 143 right now. You started Hidden Gem, what, maybe 10 episodes in? It's somewhere between last week and 3 years ago.
Right.
We did Century. Nemesis, Marvel. Darkhawk, Marvel. He-Man, either the DC one or the Dark Horse one. Or honorable mention, Marvel Exodus. Okay. There's a handful there to pick from.
Actually, He-Man's been on my radar lately.
Oh shit.
Because they do a lot of like new art renditions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he was one of those characters that I grew up with. And Evelyn fine as fuck.
Damn.
So it's been brewing. But I'm glad he brought it up, so I can definitely put that one on my list.
All right, there you go. Well, you know what? The only way you can get a request in is if you ask. And shout out to OG. OG was on the live last night or last Friday. He was, for some reason, having some camera issues. He wanted to show us his whole setup. So I told him if you DM me or send him over, we'll put him on the podcast. If not, next Friday, let's see if we can figure out this camera shit. TikTok sometimes, dude, they don't let people fucking turn their cameras on. It's
really?
It's a whole Donald Trump thing. I don't know what it is, dude.
Wait a minute. TikTok is controlling whether you can turn your camera on or not
For
now?
a guest, like I add them on the live, and sometimes the option to turn their camera on is not there for some reason. So who the fuck knows? So if anyone knows how, because there's been some of you guys that have had that issue and then fixed it, hook my man OG up. So I want to see his collection. Slappa Wrestling, what up, Slappa? Says, AWOB, my guys, and a late Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, thank you, dude. Same to you down in Australia. He's down in Australia, so I think it gets to him later. New Year's, maybe. Like 3 days behind us, maybe. They're ahead.
Is Australia before, after, or on the wall?
I think it's before.
Yeah.
Ice wall. Yeah. How close are you to the ice wall and the end of the flat earth, Slapper? You got to let us know. You got any pictures of it?
I would assume like
that'd be pretty close.
Somewhere warm, right? I mean, they kind of does it snow in Australia? Do we know?
I think parts of it. You know what, Slapper? You let us know all that.
Yeah.
But, I would love to know how close you are to the end of the flat earth. You know, you be careful if you're that close. I don't want you to fall off the edge, you know?
You know, they say the desert over there is so dangerous. Maybe the desert in Australia is like the Antarctic. It's inhabitable for a reason. They don't want you to cross it because if you cross it, it's almost like, let's impose light speed. Mm-hmm. You have to go so far to get, you have to go so fast to get so far that it's almost impossible.
Right.
Well, let's put these fucking deserts on one end and a fucking ice cap on the next end, and people are going to be like, well, let's just not go there. So maybe Australia is closer to the wall than you think.
Maybe. So if it is, Slapper, watch out, dude. Just stay inside.
Right.
Maybe not. He says, I know it's late, but I got some glaze from my guy Cyclops. You can glaze Cyclops here, and that's okay.
Sure.
In 2 seconds, not only did Marvel wash away everything Fox did to nerf my GOAT, but he single-handedly shut down 99% of the criticism and turned it into hype with just a one shot using his power. That is some next level aura. I agree, dude. Yeah. That people have been robbed of seeing in live action for no real good reason. Happy to see Marvel correct that. And you know what, dude? I've been saying this shit, Adrian, for fucking 3 goddamn motherfucking years on this podcast. We have yet to see the X-Men done properly on screen.
That is True.
And this little teaser, this 5 seconds of Scott going, meh, all that shit, is the X-Men done properly. At least Cyclops done properly.
Well, but typically what happens after that, he realizes he made a mistake. And like literally that's probably the only fantastic thing that he does because then he goes right back to a fucking infant.
Yeah, true. But I mean, we've seen a badass version of Cyclops in X-Men 97.
So people like so Cyclops is really like a Nightwing, right?
Okay.
Dick Grayson.
Yep.
He is a combat trained. I mean, because the Danger Room, which is where they train, he is constantly in that shit, right?
Oh yeah.
And then he's training other X-Men. So he really has a lot of combat skills.
Yeah.
He's like a Darkwing, he's like a Navy SEAL almost. His combat training is that level because really, outside of his optic blast, he's nothing. So his body has to be like in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not bulletproof. He doesn't have super strength. None of that shit. He can't absorb anything, right? Well, the only thing he can absorb is, Wolverine going after his girl and his brother's Havoc, his energies, right?
Yeah.
So Cyclops is a bad dude. And they never shown that.
Nope. So it looks like we may be getting some of that because they must have heard when I said that a few years ago that they didn't do him justice. So they're like, you know what? Let's make Mike and Adrian happy.
There you go.
I think that's what's important to them. Or not. Hits like Cap. He's the Cap-like figure of the X-Men. I hope he's treated as, absolutely. I mean, the way you're describing him, the general, he's on the battlefield, dude. He's coming up with the plan. We fucking go this way, attack that way. You come in, we're coming in hot. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's him.
My X-Men.
Yeah. Dude, all right.
Him and Chuck can't say it in the same fucking time, right?
All right. We got Doomsday coming up.
Yeah.
Right? In Endgame, that was the first time we got to see, speaking of Cap, Steve Rogers do the Avengers Assemble, right? Classic line. We've not heard "To Me, My X-Men" in live action. We heard it in X-Men 97 fucking 97 times. But I think we need to hear this shit on screen.
Yeah.
Should it be old fucking shirt cocker himself, Charles Xavier? Or should it be Cyclops screaming that shit on the battlefield?
Well, if you go with "To Me, My X-Men," that's going to be shirt cocking dude, right? If you hear "My X-Men," that's in reference to his team. That's going to be Scott.
Okay.
Now, who should say it? It really depends on what's going on. I don't want to see Chuck saying it.
No.
I don't want to see that shit at all.
That's what I was trying to get at. No, I'm going Team Cyclops.
Right.
Cyclops needs to be out there. To me, my X-Men. Let's fucking go, bitches.
Yep.
Maybe not that part, but you know.
Yep. No, put that part in too.
Yeah.
You know, that's rated PG-14, right?
Yeah, 13, but yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, hey, you're allowed one F-bomb in a PG-13 movie, so let's hope they fucking use it. Yeah. I would not be able to be in a PG-13 movie. So I forget someone in the comments like, I can't listen to y'all at work no more. You say fuck too much. You know. Headphones,
exactly. I was going to say AirPods, EarPods, Beats, fucking
Adrian,
anything.
You've known me for a long time. Is it safe to say that I'm someone that you should warn if you have me on speakerphone?
Yes. Like you are like, you get the David Goggins warning.
Yes.
You know, hey, when this dude shows up, I don't know how you feel about it, but
I can't be responsible for anything that he says.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You know what? I like that though. I'm not offended by it at all. Y'all hit it perfectly. It's clear Disney just wanted Feige to pump out Marvel shows. Absolutely. It's why they rushed all this shit rather than focus on what fans clearly want. Squirrel Girl. I like Simon got jokes.
Hey, badass bitch, boy.
Yo, legit. Now that 2025 is over, I got to give the award to Superman for the best comic book movie of the year. Got to give one win to DC before Doomsday. Okay, I still say it's Fantastic Four, but I'm not mad at that take. It was a good movie. I'm ready for this Marvel rewatch. However, I'm currently watching Apatow Mafia movies like Knocked Up. Oh yeah, Jude Apatow. Knocked Up, Superbad. Okay. John Cena's retirement tour was up and down, but the GOAT will always be the Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yes. Yo, Mike Oba, Femi is going to be WWE champ within a year. What do you reckon? Not world champ. I think he'll be Intercontinental or US. Questions from my guys. Weird, but guys, I've been seeing people wanting Null to appear in Doomsday, and they say he can defeat Doom. Could Null actually defeat Doom?
I don't know. This is one of those Gandhi questions. When the guy came up and said, hey, what do you think about this? He said, come back to me in 2 weeks. And then Gandhi goes off and fucking figures
it out. Yeah.
Right. And then comes back and give him an answer. I don't know enough about No to answer that question this minute.
You know what we're going to do then on other stuff? We're going to pull up our good friend Gemini, my girl Gemini.
Oh my God. You dumped chat, man? What's going on?
I'm rid of chat, bro. I'm moved on. He's a bitch, dude. We're not, we just, it's not him, it's me,
I'm about to dump that motherfucker too because he just, you type stuff in and I develop, so my shit's like scrolls of information.
Chat can't keep up.
But it's like, I ask it something, it gives me an answer, and I'll say, hey, let's do this thing. It gives me another answer, erases every fucking thing not everything, but most of what, it doesn't remember. And I'm talking to him like, you fucked this up. And I'm like, this is like watching Alzheimer's in the making. Right. I literally just asked you a question. You gave me a response, and then you want to blame me for the response that you fucking got, and then you forgot the response. So, yeah, we getting there.
Yeah, nope. So I'm already there, dude. Got rid of that motherfucker. Took him out like the trash, dude. Anyways, but yeah, Doom, no, we'll answer that tomorrow on other stuff. I've been watching Reacher recently, and we've talked about Alan Richardson being Batman, but what if it were Marvel? Who do you think he could play in that universe, Alan Richardson? I think he'd make a great Eddie Brock Venom. He looks like Eddie Brock.
In where? DC?
Yeah, no, in the Marvel.
Marvel.
Yep, because we keep talking about Alan Richardson on the DC side. Batman, Aquaman, but who could he play on Marvel side?
I think he's stoic enough to play a Bruce Wayne.
Yep.
He could play a Bane.
No, on Marvel side.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He played fucking Captain America, dude. Blonde guy, jacked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
why did I get stuck on? Because I'm thinking.
You feel bad for DC.
No, what it is because he played Aquaman in Smallville. Yeah. Right? And I'm stuck on him playing Aquaman. I want to keep going back to that.
Yeah.
But on the Marvel side, yeah. Who the fuck you say?
I say Eddie Brock, Venom, like the actual Eddie Brock, because he fucking looks like him.
Yeah.
He could play Cap.
I definitely agree on the Cap part.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm sure there's some fucking look. We got a whole list back here. Who the fuck on
right.
Here? Peter Parker.
No.
No. T'Challa. No.
Thor?
I could see that. Grow out a beard or get a fake beard, I could see that.
Some Thor. But Thor traditionally didn't have a beard though. That's some
true
other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down with that. Him playing Thor.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, next up. I'm gonna read the name in a second because he helps me pronounce his name. So he first says, "Hello, fellas. AWAB. I'm that intern that's always thinking of 100 comments when I'm listening, then almost never comment." Yeah, I know, bro. Where the fuck you been, bro? And don't ever some people be I'm sorry I commented twice. Bro, comment twice if you want. Fuck, who cares? Once,
twice.
Yeah, twice, fifes. Whatever the fuck you want. Now, he says, Mike, I'll help you pronounce my name, but you can keep saying it however you want.
Well, let's see how we say that.
He says, first, lay, which sounds like lay as in lay down, lie down. But do you lie down or do you lay down? Lay, I guess.
Depends on what I'm doing.
Yeah, right? I'm going to go with lay. And then the XI is as in she, like she is my friend. So lay she. Ang rhymes with thong. So it's lay xiong. Lay xiong. I hope that's right, lay xiong. But he said I could pronounce whatever I want. So we're just going to call you. You spell it Leixiang. Lay xiong. I think I got it right, dude.
Lei Shuang.
Lei Shuang?
That's Leixiang. Oh, not Shuang. It's Lei.
Not Shuang.
Like Lei Swing.
Kind of, but it rhymes with thong. So Lei Xiang.
Lei Xiong.
Lei Xiong.
Okay.
Lei Xiong. I think I fucking... Dude, I got 2 words today. Lei Xiong and... Let's try it out. Mjolnir.
Close enough.
Bam! Motherfuckers. It's like being in school all over again. You're not going to give me homework today, are you?
Yeah, not this math.
You know what? Dude, homework is bullshit, Adrian.
Homework is bullshit.
I was pissed off the other night.
Again?
Because my daughters, they're active. They both play sport. And I have a son in high school who gets like no homework. Yeah. He's in high school. Mm-hmm. I have a daughter in middle school and a daughter in elementary school. They're both, my youngest is in 5th grade and then 8th grade. So at the last grade at both of these schools. Mm-hmm. My 5th grader gets so much motherfucking homework every goddamn day. I'm like, what do y'all actually do in school? Mm-hmm. Number one, she's a gymnast. She plays basketball. My 8th grader plays basketball for the middle school team. So we're fucking busy, dude.
Yep.
You get home late. We got to eat dinner. Got to do some chores. Got to fucking take a shower. You just play basketball for 2 hours. You don't want to go to fucking bed smelling like dog shit, right? Mm-hmm. Then they have to do 97 pages of motherfucking homework.
Right.
And then teachers go, well, we're preparing you for high school.
No, you're not.
Bitch, they don't give out that much homework in fucking high school.
Well, not only do they not give out that much homework in high school, they don't give a fuck about you in high school.
Correct.
You know, they just kind of want to move you along. They're not teaching you anything in fucking high school. No, the correct answer is we're trying to prepare you for life. Mm-hmm. And all that bullshit. Life is a conversation, dude.
Yes.
It ain't no fucking math that nobody knows how to solve. Some algebra or some, you know what? If you're going to go into a field that require like engineering, building some shit, rocket science, give me some algebra. Right. Other than that, give me fucking plus, minus, division,
for real, dude.
Some basic shit. Teach me how to manage my money. Teach me how to not slap a bitch when I get upset. Teach me some actual skill. Mm-hmm. Teach me how to balance a checkbook. Now we don't have checkbooks anymore, but the concept is the same. How you deal with fucking money. Teach me something that I'm actually going to use. Fucking teach me how to fucking fly a plane. Mm-hmm. Teach me how to do anything.
Teach me how to Dougie.
I don't know about the Dougie. Bring back shop, whether it's wood or metal or something, whatever, or electrical. Bring that shit back so we can learn something that we actually can use, not this dumb shit that we're gonna jettison.
Thank you.
We don't need all this bullshit.
You know what I do, Adrian? I prepare them for life. Mm. I say, that $1,000 phone that I bought you?
Right.
Fucking look up the answers. Use it to do the math. Use it for AI. I don't give a fuck. Mm. Do you know how to do this math? Yes. Can you do it on your test tomorrow? Sure. All right, then fucking look up the answers and get this shit done. Dude, my kids have gone to school late because they stayed up too late doing homework and they were fucking exhausted the next morning. I said, no more, dude. This is ridiculous. Fucking homework. Take your fucking homework and shove it up your ass. Mm. You know what? I'm going to become a principal one day, Adrian. I'm going to ban homework. Probably not. Yeah. Anyways.
Become a principal or ban the homework?
Both.
Probably both, yeah.
Yeah, probably both. All right, so Lei Xiong said, I never learned how to say Lei Xiong in school. Never learned how to say Mjolnir in school. I learned that here.
Here's another thing. So and I'm not saying they all do it, but Chinese, right? Mm-hmm. They buy properties all over the world, right? That's another fucking thing, right?
Right.
We're so... want to create that great divide between the ultra they don't have a name for the fucking people that are so rich now. Right. Anyway, creating this divide for the ultra rich and keeping the poor down, while other countries are rallying their entire country and becoming a global force, right?
Correct.
We're still trying to push the get them down out of the way, right?
Yep.
So what the Chinese, they buy properties, right?
Yep.
And however you want to say it, right? But they'll get the minimum amount of resources being people, wherever they buy the property. But what they do is they ship in their management. Mm-hmm. They'll get staff from the local area, right? But they ship in their management, research all this shit, fact check everything I'm about to fucking say. They bring in their own management. They bring in their own fucking shit, right? They ship in their own fucking equipment, the housing. They build a community with their own shit, by their own people, and they learn how to do that shit. Then you know what they do? And I saw this on a documentary, right? They fucking send their kids on a field trip over to basically, this is what you're gonna inherit. Right? And you do that shit all over the world. Now, most people I know growing up didn't even leave the fucking county that we grew up in. That's more than go to a different go to a different country, right? So that's the stuff that you need to know. You know, what is it like to actually I was in Dublin a few months back. Fucking love to do. Who knew that in order to become if you come into Ireland, you have to go to a school that teaches you English.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? You would never think that. Everybody is cool. The food is good. You know, good vibes, good things to see. Definitely going back there. But I would never know unless I travel.
Right.
These are the things. This is the education that we need. Not distracting us with some fucking. Can you do the math that they teach in school today?
No, dude. It's got my claws out. I'm fucking pissed, you know. How many times have you used 2x times 3 squared divided by 0.35 equals 125x plus 2?
Divided by y.
How many times have you used that, Adrian?
I want to. Nunced. Because I would probably remember throwing up, which is what I want to hit, what you want to do now. Just listening to you say that bullshit.
And I've seen you code fucking websites, build apps. You ain't using fucking algebra and geometry. We're not putting people on the motherfucking moon yet. We did a fake movie about it years ago. Right. Fuck, dude. Teach some real shit.
That's it.
But I just do that at home. I go, use your phone, use your brain, use your phone, solve your shit, get it done, then enjoy the rest of your night. There's no time for that bullshit. Right. Fucking goddamn shit. Woosah, I need to calm down. Let's put the claws away. Everybody relax. Anyways, and hey, if anyone on our, in our membership or subscribers are teachers, no offense. I don't think we got teachers though. It's probably the one. I don't think we vibe with teachers. Who knows? All right, he's got some show recommendations for you, Adrian, because he knows I don't watch shit. He says, he says recommendations for Adrian. Or anyone else, because like you ain't watching a goddamn motherfucking thing people suggest. So number one is Penny Dreadful. You ever heard of this? Popular. You already seen this?
Yep.
Frankenstein, monsters, Dracula, Wolfman, bunch of good gore, lots of Eva Green in various states of undress. Okay. 2 is Black Sails, the story of pirates from Treasure Island before the events of that book. You ever seen this?
No, but it was on my list though.
Okay. Not for children. The first season has tons of adult content. The show focused on the story more. Great. The 100, a CW show with a great story and characters who are never safe, like Game of Thrones. You ever seen that or heard of that? The 100?
I've heard of the 100.
Okay. I've heard of none of those. So, but thanks for the list. And lastly, I have the perfect comic casting, same actor for MCU and DC. And I know for a fact he at least sent an audition tape for Batman. Scott Adkins. He looks a bit like Affleck. He's a good actor and trained martial artist with tons of films under his belt. He will be perfect for Batman and or Kraven. Look up a clip or 2 of his. All right, I'll check that. I don't even know who Scott Adkins in. Do you?
No, never heard the name.
Boyka is probably best. You can see he's a great martial artist and a decent Russian accent. He's English. Love you guys. Sorry for the book-long comment. Well, we love you too, bro. And don't be sorry for the book-long comment, dude. It helped induce a crash out because it's had me thinking about homework for some reason. But that's not your fault. That's mine. I know that. If I can't control my anger, it's my fault, Adrian.
That's definitely your fault.
But sometimes I just, have to release.
Another skill they can teach in school.
Seriously. See, now it's pissing me off even fucking more. God damn it. All right. AYE3N Music says, can we get a hidden gem on John Constantine? Okay.
Already did that.
You did that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So yes, of course you can have that. You just gotta go find it. If you want more obscure, maybe Justice League Dark. Also, that Cyclops shot. Take my money, Mar-Vell. Yes, here we go. I'm buying 12 tickets right now.
What the fuck are you saying? Or he's saying?
What? Oh, I added that last part in there. But the Cyclops shot in that trailer, he said, take my money, Mar-Vell. And I said, yes, I'm buying 12 tickets right now. But Brandon Jones says, Booster Gold is a fucknut of a character, Mr. Adrian. You are totally right. Recently, I've expanded my Punisher Max collection, original run by Garth Ennis. The omnibus I got from you guys is the ending of the story, so I had to jump back to the beginning. Oh, you love yourself some Punisher, Brandon. That's awesome. Frank is a badass. Yes, he is. And I highly recommend you guys go check out those comics. When we get done with this fucking 12-month read, we will get into some more shit. Devin says, shout out to Devin. He's on TikTok. He hops on the lives a lot. He's got his own podcast too. Couldn't agree more, Mike. I like to remind people how spoiled they are with the selection of comic book movies they have now. Growing up, I watched Batman movies 100 times and lost my mind when Spider-Man came out. I'm with you, dude.
Yeah.
It's funny. If you took the Eternals movie and showed it to a 13-year-old Devin, he'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
No, I would have quit reading comics if I saw that at 13. But we are lucky to be alive during the comic book movie golden age, and people are too jaded to appreciate it sometimes. I agree with that, dude. I think you lose. I mean, it's like anything. You get spoiled, right?
Sure.
You know, I'm tired of eating filet mignon, Adrian. It's bullshit. You need some better meats. You're like, motherfucker, remember you used to eat fucking cube steak?
Right.
Knock it off. Let's see. We got Akeem Amor. He says, my only New Year's resolution was to subscribe.
Well,
I hit the
let's
wrong.
see how we say.
No. Hold on. My only New Year's resolution was to subscribe. Finally! And I'm officially an intern. Well, congratulations. Welcome. Next, I will be able to catch a live on Friday. AWAB. You got to get on the live, Akeem.
We need one of those action clapper fucking things.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, like the handheld one?
Take two, clap.
Oh, okay.
One of those.
Yeah. Seriously, where's the director at, dude? He never shows up. These guys have been sleeping in the booth for the last year, you know, fucking no help around. If it wasn't for me and you, Adrian, we'd have nothing here, you know. Maple Grove, AWAB lads. He's from Ireland. He says, another great show. Love the hidden gem again. I remember mentioning the Mother Box, dude. That was a motherfucking great hidden gem, Adrian. Yeah. And then it continued on to other stuff. It was a two-parter. When I saw Halo and Young Justice, I was happy to hear the breakdown of it. Speaking of the DCEU, I was going through the Batman movies with my wife, and the ones she hasn't seen are the Val Kilmer one. Damn. Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, and Batman vs. Superman. I had to explain how we will never be watching Batman vs. Superman. Yes. But I get a rewatch of some Batman movies, so we are all good. Yeah, the Val Kilmer one, I mean, it's tolerable. I actually would prefer watching that than the Snyder Cut. I'm not even going to lie. Batman Forever over the Snyder Cut. Yeah. So, you know, you know what, Adrian? I'll ask you later how you feel about that.
Is he still alive? Kilmer?
Val Kilmer. Last time I fucking told everyone that Joe Pesci was dead and they're sending flowers to his house and he was still alive. So I don't want. Yes, he died April 1st of last year. Okay. At 65. So unfortunately, yeah, he got really bad fucking pneumonia and he had some issues with he had cancer and shit.
They did a real good job of portraying his, because it was literally like he was dying in Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had became an admiral or some shit, basically protecting Maverick. Because Maverick was still a captain, fucking off and all this other kind of stuff. But in there, he was sick, and then he actually died in the movie. So that was a good way to go out. Which is what they didn't do for Thor. Anyway,
right. That may have been his last movie, dude.
Bro, I think
if I'm not mistaken. So it's nice to give him a little send off.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart need to hang his shit up before we be fucking killing him in the movie.
Well, they've already killed Xavier 5 times, so but this will be his last. I don't know if it's Secret Wars, but these Marvel movies are going to be his last movies.
I like when an actor, and understand people when I say actor is male or female.
Yes.
I like when an actor decides their own fate. And like Sean Connery, he was like, I'm done. That was like 20 years ago or some bullshit.
Right.
And you go out, at the top of your game. But then, you have those people like, I'm a football quarterback. I'm going to retire. And then I come back. And then I retire again. And then I come back. And it's like, dude, go the fuck away.
Right. The Captain Canada, shout out to Cap. Cap was on the live last night. I keep saying last night, last Friday. He says, I forgot, read a comic t-shirt this year. We got to read a comic t-shirt. Yes. I got, someone called me out like, where's the fucking merch, bro? I'm like, I know, I haven't added new merch in like 6 years. We'll only be doing the podcast for 3, but not even yet. So, but yes, it's coming. And he has a design suggestion. He said, front, a big font, read a comic. Okay. Underneath, medium text, only comics logo or name. And on the back, a list of some must-read comics like House of M, etc. Like a band shirt with tour dates. I know what you mean. Okay. I think it'll be fire. I'll definitely get one.
Or a Trump family presidency shirt. All the years that Trump's family's going to become president.
It'd be a long shirt, dude. I like that. I actually, what I'm thinking of is incorporating some pieces of like comic panels on these shirts. Like, for example, I like what he's saying about the House of M, but what if it had read a comic and it had just that one panel with Wanda saying "No more mutants" right underneath? Pretty cool. And then
get to it.
Once we sell like 1 million of them, Marvel will ask us to stop. So until then, bro, it's all bets are off.
And we just float them in through China. We'd be all set.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we do a better job promoting their shit than them sometimes. So they can fuck off. Anyways, all right, let's see. Ray Jordan says, the money is coming, fellas. I feel it. Well, let's fucking hope you're right, dude, because I haven't felt it yet. Bloody Knuckles Show says, great show, boys. I've been doing a rewatch. What do you think about Vision during Civil War? He seems like the most powerful, and a couple movies later, they had to depower him, but goddamn, in that movie is good. Cap's best trilogy. Netflix 17 Days is perfect. I don't get people complaining. Well, people complain about a free lunch, dude. Then he talks about a UFC pay-per-view on Paramount Now, which is free, starting on the 24th and the 31st. You should check it out. The first event is stacked. I actually thought about getting back into some UFC. I used to watch UFC as like my early 20s. Yeah. I mean, it's just people beating the shit out of each other. It's pretty fun, you know? So maybe
What's this Netflix 17 Days?
Netflix, what we talked about last week, their proposal to put movies in the theater. I haven't seen one person that is like saying that doesn't like it. You know, I'm not saying that's an intelligence test, but that's bullshit. I've not seen any of that. I've seen everyone.
I think what happened is that, so most people don't even think about how long a movie's in a theater, right? They don't think about how long the movie's in a theater before they go. And most people go within the first 3 or 4 days.
Yep.
It's just that they heard 17 days and they had an issue with it.
Oh my God. The last thing he says, I would love to see Omega Red done right in the movies. Yeah, absolutely, dude. He does. He definitely has some of that super soldier serum in him. Let's see. A couple more before we move on to the DC Hidden Gem. Oh, shit, bro. Man, Williams is back. What's up, Mike and Adrian? AWA, my boy. Yo, I've been MIA for a bit, but your boy is back. I'm ashamed to admit that the only comic I've ever owned was that bitch-ass Ultimate Warrior comic from the 90s. I actually own that, too. But the X-Men animated series opened the floodgates of comics and nerdom for me. We're in 2026 now. Here's more to come. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Like you said, let's see. Charles Mon says Doomsday is going to be fire and set something up more epic for Secret Wars. I trust in the Russos, definitely. That's the thing, too, people are fucking not understanding. The Russos have not steered us wrong yet from comic book movie standpoint. So everybody just needs to fucking shut the fuck up about it. All right, we got, oh shit, I lost my list here. I think we got like 2 more here. The Cap says, AWA, my guys, Happy New Year. Loving the House of M storyline. It'll probably be my favorite after we finish it. We finally got HD X-Men Doomsday. Yes, we did. And then he says that I'm feeling the YouTube plat coming soon. Well, we got some work to do. We got 6,000, bro. 94,000 more. We're there. I think we'll get it, Adrian. Now OG's got another deep dive request. Marvel's top telepathic telekinetic characters. Well, we did the telepaths a month ago.
Right.
Remember we did the difference between Xavier, Jean, and then Martian Manhunter.
Right.
But telekinetic we've not done. Because people hear the tele and they think it's the same shit. It's not.
Right, it's not.
Nope. One, you talk with your mind. The other, you move shit with your mind, essentially. So we could do that. Telekinetic characters. We'll do a deep dive. We'll do that next week. We'll do some more research for everyone. Why not? Nothing else to do, All right.
Now, to be clear, because some people's powers can be perceived as telekinetic, like Sue Storm.
Okay.
She's not telekinetic.
Right.
Right. Jean Grey is telekinetic.
Yes.
So it's a difference.
One of the top, actually.
And Charles Xavier, he's not telekinetic at all. He's telepathic. Jean happens to be both.
Right.
So so when we do this, we need to make sure there's a clear distinction between people that can move things seemingly without touching them, like a Sue Storm.
Right.
And Sue is basically like a Green Lantern without the fucking colors, right? She can, she can form things and she can everything, but they're just invisible.
Yeah.
And then telekinetics and telepaths.
Mm-hmm. Funny is Jean Grey's a lot like we were talking about Stranger Things. 11. 11, she has telekinetic powers. We've seen her fucking move things with her hand, but we've also seen her get in this tank in remote view and tap into people's minds and communicate with them as well. So anyway, all right, Super Dad on Spotify says, just a thought about Wanda working with Doom. What if she's working with him to get her father, brother, and kids back? That is one hell of a motivation, especially if her father's going to have those powers. Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Someone's going to side with Doom, right? It's probably going to be a few of them, and I could see. I mean, it's a good point. If Doom promises Wanda, bro, I'll get your kids back. I'm the fucking goat man. I got magic goat. I'm goat magic over here. Right. I'll bring them back, dude. I got you. Just let me get a sneak peek. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When Vision ain't busy, you know. I can see that happening. Her working, you know, with Doom, and then of course Doom, you know, fucks her over. That's what he does.
Sure.
Let's see, Nick Kakeo, how long for a broken heart literally had me laughing out. Great timing there, Adrian. I forget what we were talking about, but you're making fun of someone who's crying over his little broken heart. Oh my God. Let's see. I think that's it. That's it for Spotify. Well, I appreciate all the comment. Read a comment. I just read them. I just did it. And we got, Adrian, we're getting there. We're at the point of the podcast where you debut a hidden gem. You said it was DC this week. It's not Batman, is it?
No.
They have other characters out. Wait, you're telling me, Adrian, that DC has other characters outside of Batman?
Yep.
Holy shit, dude. Well, you know what? Then fucking take the reins because I'm interested now.
All right, until you hear the name. So this falls into, so, you know, remember how we talk about support? This is a supporting actor.
Okay.
Kind of a hidden gem today.
Got it.
This is in the light of Barbara Gordon, Jim Gordon, Alfred, you know, people like that. People that make the superheroes that we love or hate, right? This week's hidden gem is Steve Trevor. Know him?
Is a fucking Wonder Woman dude?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's Wonder Man, but not really.
not at all.
All right.
No, but see, hidden gem, right?
Yeah.
So think about this, because there's a statement I got to make that people need to understand how important Steve Trevor is, right?
Yeah.
So literally, if it was not for Steve Trevor, we would not know Wonder Woman at all, right? So anyway, I get into how that happened. So Steve Trevor feels for Wonder Woman the same narrative function that Alfred and Gordon feels for Batman. He's a humanizing anchor, a moral counterpoint, and a story-expanding lens. That role is not just convenience, essential to how Wonder Woman's world works and how audiences understand her. So Steve is a glazer when it comes to Wonder Woman. Okay. So through his eyes, through his reactions, we get to understand just how fucking awesome Wonder Woman really is. But he also grounds Diana, because remember, Diana is a demigoddess, right? Without Steve, she wouldn't understand how mortals really work. She's on Themyscira, isolated. I mean, she grew up, they didn't think about sexuality the way we think about sexuality. It was only women, so obviously, you know, they fucking each other, right?
Right.
And then an occasional, you know, Zeus or Ares will come down and rape somebody.
Damn, a lot of scissoring going on.
A lot of shit going on, right?
No, scissoring. A lot of
scissoring going on. Because she's a demigod, she didn't really have a perspective of what humans were, right? She didn't really know about the outside world until Steve came in. So Themyscira was basically hidden from the rest of the world by this magical veil. And Steve, coincidentally, he could have been so the name Steve Trevor, it could have just easily have been Steve Rogers. Because Steve Trevor came about in 1941, Rogers was around like 1945. Okay. Right? So he could have been the Captain America. Switch sides, right?
Shit.
So anyway, Steve Trevor, he was a Air Force pilot, and he got shot down like over the ocean. But his plane and some of his comrades with him, see, a lot of people think it was just him that ended up in Themyscira, but it was actually some of his fallen soldiers too. I mean, they were literally fallen, but so he was there and washed up on the shores of Themyscira. You know, Diana intrigued, you know, who's this, blah, 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 blah. But at the end, get the fuck out. And they escorted him and his dead comrades back to the real world. That's how Wonder Woman became even knew about and became interested in the human world.
Yeah.
So he acts as Diana's moral mirror. He has no superpowers, but he's an accomplished military guy.
Okay.
You know, he's been in, he's a pilot, a spy, Argus commander, and later on he becomes a Justice League liaison for the world, right? So he becomes what Bucky eventually became, like not a senator, but kind of a liaison between the powers and the non-powered people. But he's a brave guy whose compassion inspires Wonder Woman to lead Themyscira and fight for humanity. He feels for Wonder Woman the same narrative function, like I said, that Alfred and Gordon feels for Batman. He's a humanizing anchor, moral counterpart. So he challenges and complements her ideas. Steve's military pragmatism contrasts Diana's compassion, her compassion first philosophy. So what that does is, now you kind of got to look at it from their perspective, but then the storyline perspective. So you got Diana, who's basically a god, and you got this guy, and they're smashing, right? So for them, he kind of calms her down, and she opens his eyes to a side of a world that he never knew existed. You know, gods and monsters and shit. But for us, their dynamic allows us to see through Steve, Diana, this Wonder Woman, right? And how amazing she is, and how really she kind of struggles with herself.
Yeah.
You know, she's this all-powerful, immortal princess, you know, hooking up with this dude. I mean, that's not the real reason, but
right.
So through her lens, Steve sees this world through his lens. She sees this other world about humans. He expands her world beyond Themyscira. So through the role as the spy and the commander and all this other kind of stuff, Steve opens up political, military, and espionage storylines that Diana alone wouldn't naturally access. Now, before this gets lost again, if Steve would not have gotten shot down, if he had not washed up on the shores of Themyscira, Diana probably would have been one of those story arcs like a Hercules, or a myth.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
She definitely wouldn't be Wonder Woman. It would just be like Diana, Prince of Themyscira or some shit, right? But by him washing up on the shore, DC world, multiverse gets Wonder Woman out and open, and we get this incredible character, right? He prevents Wonder Woman from being isolated narratively. So again, if it wasn't for her, she would just be this thing on this island. But he brings her out and exposes her to the rest of the world. Now, Batman has all kind of fucking people around him, right? But Wonder Woman, historically, she got her sister lovers kind of a deal, right? That's really it.
What's funny about Batman is he's so like a recluse almost to himself. Fuck everybody, I'm the knight. He got more fucking friends than anyone, dude. The whole friendship club over there.
Well, when you're that rich, you got a bunch of people that wants to be your friend.
Okay.
That's a lot different. Yeah. That's a lot different, So Batman has a lot of people around him, but Wonder Woman historically has fewer recurring human characters around her. So other than her Justice League teammates, there's really, think about it. Who's really around her other than her mother, her scissoring sisters, and that's really it, right?
Right.
She doesn't, and then even when you see her in her outside of Themyscira, what like the role that she would play, like in the Wonder Woman movie, she was like a fine art collector or some shit. Even that, she's pretty much alone. Right. Diana's compassion is her defining trait, but compassion needs someone to be directed toward. Steve gives her that passionate stake in humanity, making her mission emotional, not abstract. So in other words, she's a warrior. Like I said, I think after seeing Deceased, I'm thinking Wonder Woman's gonna take Superman out. I'm thinking Wonder Woman can take fucking the Justice League out.
Damn.
She is bad, dude.
Yeah.
She is just bad. So what does that mean? As an Amazonian princess who grew up with war, right? She literally defeated the god of war himself, Ares, and took over his domain. Damn. And a lot of people don't understand that the part of Ares' domain is the dead. Mm-hmm. So she can actually command the dead, right? So, but she is a Amazonian princess, so she is trained from birth to be a warrior. So now think about this. Even if she doesn't have the strength of Superman, but she almost does. Even if she doesn't have his speed, but she almost does.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, she can fly, all this other kind of shit, and she's fucking immortal, right?
Right.
So if you get her pissed off, and she will get pissed off, unlike Superman, who will like hold it in until he just can't anymore, right? Wonder Woman will fuck somebody up.
Oh yeah.
Steve kind of balances her with that. He kind of like soothes the military Amazon warrior shit in her and make her realize that everybody's not a combatant, right? Now, of course, her and Steve, depending on how it's been written, they've had this romantic relationship, but this is the interesting part. So we talked about the scissoring thing, right? Mm-hmm. So they don't have, they have people that they love, but not really attached to, right? So Diane comes out, she sees Superman, fucks him. She sees Bruce, fucks him, I'm sure, right? Mm-hmm. Then you got the Steve cat, right? So now you got these three guys, these main three guys, the god of the planet, Superman, Batman, who's in between, and this mere mortal guy, and she's between all three of them and shit. I'm not saying that it's like this, quadrangle or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But she kind of, what I'm saying is she flows and ebbs. She's kind of like detached. So I think probably she really wants to be with Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce doesn't, you know how Bruce is, right? Mm-hmm. He's like the one, he's probably more interested in Selena than Wonder Woman, even though Wonder Woman, come on, that's awesome, right?
Right.
It's like, why don't you want this chick, but you want this other shit over here? Anyway. So, but they've, Steve and Diana, Wonder Woman, they've had this long-term back and forth kind of a deal. But what I'm saying, Wonder Woman, is she's like a free spirit, is what we call them, right?
Okay.
Unlike Sue, who's just, what is it when you fuck for free? A hoe?
Yep.
Right? So anyway,
damn.
Military and espionage background here. So he's an Air Force pilot, CIA operative, of course, the Argus commander, the liaison, no superpowers whatsoever, but he has exceptional courage, bravery, loyalty, and tactical skills that makes him one of DC's most grounded. So he's basically, I would say, the Punisher before he became the Punisher. So he has all these tactical military skills, but then of course the Punisher, he does Punisher shit.
Mm-hmm. Not the Diddy Punisher.
Not the
He does Punisher shit too.
That was another Gandhi moment. I don't know who this person is, so maybe next time we come back. I do some research or not.
I was going to tell you if you're going to look them up, but I've not looked them up. But based on what I've heard so far, you might want to use an incognito browser. I'm just saying, you're going to start getting ads for you want the Punisher to come to your house and punish you.
Wow. Okay.
Anyways,
sounds like I'll go left.
Yeah.
So he's not just so. One of the things about him is that even though he doesn't have superpowers and stuff, you can almost kind of paint him as like a pussy, right?
Okay.
So, you got this, the superpower girlfriend, and oh my God, you're always getting in trouble and shit, and she's got to come and save me, all this kind of, but he's not like that, right? But he's also not like, Steve Rogers, the Boy Scout kind of a deal. So he's a true soldier, true spy, capable of being all of that. And a partner who complements Diana's mythic scale. So,
yeah,
like I said, he looks at her like in awe sometimes, and that's not just for him; that's also for the reader. Because again, like I said, it allows us, the reader, because through Steve, we can relate to Wonder Woman through Steve. We can see us as him, and he's looking at this goddess doing this shit, and it's like, damn, that chick bad as motherfucker. Shit. Anyway, so he represents the people she fights for. That's in her, right? So when Diana looks at Steve, he represents to her the people that she fights for. Brave but not vulnerable, no powers, no gifts, none of that stuff. So to her, he represents the people that the reason that she does what she does.
Okay.
Right? The same way Gordon embodies the Gotham citizens and stuff. So he provides this outside perspective of her powers, and he reacts to Diana the way, like I just said, the way we would if we saw her. Imagine her showing up and we looking at her, but like, God damn, shit, that's the way he looks at her in the comics. Damn. So through her,
he's gooning.
Oh, what?
He's gooning.
The fuck does that mean?
You look that up. You get back to us on that one.
Anyway. So really, when you look at this at Steve Trevor, besides the coincidence of him, could have almost been like in a Captain America situation, right?
Yeah.
The old 40s, everybody experiment with all kind of shit. Fucking boats disappearing and all this other kind of crap. Anyway, but he really is kind of like that supporting actor to Wonder Woman, the way Gordon, Alfred, all these characters. And I do these hidden gems because the people the characters that we like, the Batmans, the Supermans, the not so much Flash, the Wolverines, there's somebody normal around them that makes them them. Right. And so I think it's worthy to bring these to kind of like say these people's names so we kind of understand, hey, I like Batman because fucking Alfred, if it wasn't for Alfred, who would Batman be? Would he be carrying a gun? Would he be killing people? That kind of bullshit. Yeah,
possibly,
I know he almost tried to take the Joker out,
but
then Gordon steps in, stops him from doing it, right?
True.
So I think these people it's not that they are as important as these main characters, but I believe that they are important in shaping the characters that we have grown to love. So anyway, Steve Trevor, the almost Captain America on the DC side.
Damn, I like that little cap twist. Damn, Steve Trevor, cool. I saw the first Wonder Woman. I think I fell asleep like halfway through, but I remember. Yeah, I never watched the second one. Or is there a third one? I don't know. Who knows?
Mike, there's two things that we know is going to happen with you.
What's that?
It's three things actually. It's going to take probably a couple rounds for you to watch something, because that's one. Because two, you're probably going to fall asleep during it.
Okay.
And then number three, if you fucking watch it at all.
Yes, there you go. You get 3 bells for it. I give you, if this was school, I wouldn't give you homework. I'd give you a gold star, for
there
that.
There we
go. So anyways, well.
Which equally means nothing.
Yes. It just means a little bit more of nothing. I don't know. Who knows? All right, Adrian. It's that time of the show. It's when the sun's getting low, big guy. As they say, we're gonna put Hulk away. It's time for Agree to Disagree, where we wrap this thing up, guys. If you've been if you've been with us this long today and you haven't subscribed, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Hit the button, press it like this. Agree to Disagree. I'm going to give out a handful of my opinions today, and Adrian's going to let me know if he agrees or disagrees, and then we're going to give you a preview of what to expect on other stuff. So, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Number one of the reasons we all are glazing the X-Men Doomsday trailer is the fact that Fox never did the X-Men justice in live action.
Agree.
I'd rather watch Batman Forever than Zack Snyder's Justice League one more time.
I disagree.
Okay. You're going with you'd watch the Snyder Cut.
I watched the Snyder Cut.
My boy Val Kilmer in all his glory,
You know why mostly, right? Because it was 30 years ago? I don't remember the shit. Okay. I know he did it. All right. But
you had Jim Carrey as the Riddler. You had Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy.
Yeah. And what's his face as Joker. And then Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
That was the next one.
Oh, yeah. See, it's all a blur.
Blurring all together.
Yep.
Okay. Loki is worthy now, Adrian, and he will wield the hammer, or Mjolnir, as I learned how to say today, finally, in Avengers Doomsday.
So what's the question?
He's worthy now, and he's going to wield the hammer.
Oh,
you know what?
I would say no to both of those.
Okay, no to both. All right.
I disagree.
Sebastian Stan is absolutely going to cook as Harvey Dent in the Batman 2.
I can agree with that.
Alongside Scarlett Johansson as Gilda Dent, who's also going to fucking cook. I
agree.
This movie's going to be goated, Adrian. I'm telling you right now.
I gotta watch something to get her playing fucking Major out of my head, dude.
Okay.
I Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
That kind of fucked her up for me.
The wrong way. Yeah. Dude, here's a prediction, okay? When it's all said and done, the Batman trilogy will be better than Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. The prediction.
I can agree with that.
Okay. Now,
okay, so do you agree that your kids should do better than you?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Then this movie is made fucking 20 years after the other. It should
be. Okay.
So that's why I'm agreeing with you.
But it doesn't always happen. You ever heard of a franchise called Star Wars?
Yes.
Yeah, you know how those trilogies just get worse each time?
Yeah.
Even though the first one was made in fucking 1912 and it's still better than the other two, but that's besides the point. And I mean, let's be honest, like the Nolan trilogy, Batman Begins is a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Knight is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And The Dark Knight Rising is an amazing piece of shit. You agree with that?
No.
Okay. And last but not least, for all the kids out there, homework is motherfucking bullshit.
I absolutely agree.
Now, you still have to do it, though. So you got to pass. Like, you got to get through. So I'm not saying don't do it, but God, does that shit suck.
Yeah, it does.
And because we end up doing it, bro.
Right.
Like,
no, we end up trying to do it.
Yeah, true.
You know, between, coming home, we're fucking tired.
Yep.
By the time they sitting there struggling with it, scratching their head. I mean, they got chores to do. Mm-hmm. You got to spend some kind of time with your fucking kid.
Right.
They got to get ready for bed so they're not falling asleep in class the next day, which would they also will get punished for.
Correct.
Right? But in the midst of all this, they got to do 800 hours of fucking homework.
Correct.
That means nothing to anybody.
Nothing. Dude. Yeah, this is the time we're spending with our kids. You're sitting at the table going, what's 2 + 2? What is it? You know what it is. And they're like, oh my God, I don't know. I'm like, that's the time we want to spend with our kids.
Right.
Hey, we pay taxes. It covers all this public education, all this great stuff. How about you teach my kid when they're in motherfucking school?
That.
Why am I teaching them at home? I don't know this core math, the block, this, graph. I don't know, dude. I use my phone. Remember they used to tell us, Adrian, you're not going to have a calculator in your pocket. Yeah, that stupid comment aged really fucking well, huh? Because I got one on my watch. I got one in my pocket. I got 3 in my motherfucking bag. I don't need to know what 1 + 1 is anymore.
Yeah.
But you can't write in cursive. Bitch, we type. The fuck you need to write in cursive for? Shit. Anyways, that's agree to disagree. Guys, if you like that, if any of y'all are fucked up like me and you like that, subscribe to the channel, go to YouTube, subscribe to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, something. I don't subscribe to our newsletter. We don't have one. Anyways, Adrian, been a fun week. Been fun the show, you know. You have fun?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Always.
Tomorrow on Other Stuff, we are going to be talking about Mjolnir, Stormbreaker, the differences, these awesome fucking weapons of Thor's. And we're going to get back to our Montauk project. You know, what Stranger Things is based on, the real kids that they fucking stole. So anyways, Adrian, it's been real. It's been fun. Guys, interns, everybody out there, shout out. Appreciate all of y'all. Watch and subscribe. We hit 6,000 subs on YouTube. That's an accomplishment. So cheers to you, Adrian. Cheers to everybody out there that subscribe. And let's get this TikTok, man, to 100,000. We're at 90K right now, Adrian.
Cool.
Yep. So, and it's going to be a great year on Only Comics. Next week, we're talking about Iron Man because that's the next movie. And we're on our road to Doomsday. And on Secret Wars, we're talking about those new Avengers, issues number 16 through 20. I'll put a link in the description. We will see you guys next week right here on Only Comics. Appreciate you watching. See you next week.
Peace.